The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
The weekends, people, and then hey,
this is your Friday.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those. This is your Friday, people. If that's the case, sorry about talking about the weekend, but then again, you had your weekend like yesterday. Yeah, we didn't. So it all evens out.
Sure,
it all evens out in the end. We got a big giant show for you. Why is it that I'm looking on the YouTube page and I took a shower and I got dressed and everything? Now I look at the YouTube page and I kind of feel like I'm channeling Miami Vice with this layout.
You're not going for that?
No, I was just going for a thing. Just hey,
it's probably the shirt, the T-shirt.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I mean, it's just. But hey, look, Miami Vice. I always wondered how the cop afforded a nice white Ferrari. Like, how's that
crooked?
Huh?
He was crooked.
Was he?
Was he?
How is he getting a Ferrari?
Well, no, yeah, but I don't think they ever really went over that. I don't think he was crooked in the show. You know,
he was just cool.
Was
he Crockett or Tubbs?
He was Crockett.
Okay,
and then
Tubbs never drove.
Pretty much no. And Miami Vice really kind of that was the whole thing with
like Tubbs the Oats of Crockett.
Yeah, very very much. I keep wanting to say Jan Michael Hall, but that's it. Philip Michael Vincent.
That sounds familiar.
Philip something Vincent.
Anthony Michael Hall Vincent.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, he would always ride along, and that's really where like you YouTube it like that. That's where the kind of drive and song came around, where you go, oh Jan Hammer, run this through. Honestly. Maybe today on the way home. That would be weird, would it? Put the top down, blast this at intersections, then look to the side, make eye contact with whatever car's next to me if I'm wearing shades, and just kind of peel down the shades and look at them.
It's a convertible song.
Yeah, this is 100. Okay,
it's going on our CD.
This is a convertible song, but it's one of the songs that you turn down when you get to an intersection. I don't know how that would.
No, I think you gotta let people know.
Let people know you're rolling Miami.
Edward James Olmos was in it.
Oh, Edward James Olmos was the captain. Yeah, that was really, dude. Have you ever
teach you calculus?
What?
Oh, that's not Lean on Me. I know what you're talking. Stand and Deliver.
Yes.
Miami Vice. Oh, I love that we're going down this rabbit hole.
I think you should do it today with your shirt.
Just top down. I should have slicked my hair back.
I've never seen that open before. They have a highlight scene.
Oh, dude.
Horse racing scene.
Dude.
Dog racing scene.
Hey, let me ask you something. Are you ready for just some of the guest appearances on Miami Vice in the 80s?
I don't think I am.
Jimmy Smits, Michael T. Williamson. That was the first episode of the first season. So you'll see what's going on here. This was what was season 1 in 1980? Yeah. Ed O'Neill played Al Bundy. That was episode 2. We're only in episode 2. Okay. Dennis Farina, Bruce Willis. That Bruce Willis was in episode 7. Michael Madsen, Burt Young. Wasn't Burt Young Paulie?
Yes.
Happy birthday, Paulie. Yeah. Glenn Fry. Glenn Fry, one of the lead singers of the Eagles. He and Don Johnson had a thing. So they had
an affair.
They had a bromance, and they were 2 of the coolest cats in the world. You know what I'm saying? And Glenn Fry did a song for Miami Vice called Smuggler's Blues. And they did an episode surrounding it. And then the video for Smuggler's Blues was actually like a mini Miami Vice episode. And then I always remember that song because my dad loved it. And so we got him the record for his birthday one year. He played it. Pam Grier, John Turturro. We're still in the first season, by the way. The show hadn't really even gotten huge yet. And Dennis Farina again. All right, here we go. Penn Jillette, Pam Grier again. Lil Richard. Frankie Valli, Nathan Lane. Wow, Michael T. Williamson came back. Good for him. Phil Collins shows up in episode 11. Kira Sedgwick, Emo Phillips, Ted Nugent. It really does get amazing.
It's like the Love Boat.
The Fat Boys. Bill Russell played Judge Ferguson, a dishonest judge with a gambling debt. Bernard King, who was the son of Judge Ferguson. Michael Richards, way before Seinfeld. Roberto Duran, Frank Zappa, the band Suicidal Tendencies, Tommy Chong, Michael Bay. Yes, that Michael Bay. He played a goon. And John Leguizamo and Lee Iacocca, both appearing in Sons and Lovers, the season finale. Here we go now. Paul Gleason, G. Gordon Liddy. This is season 3 now. Lawrence Fishburne, Ron Perlman, Charles Dutton, John Spencer from The West Wing. He played Leo McGarry.
Of course.
Willie Nelson, Steve Buscemi. Oh, what? I forgot about this. Look who was in season 3, episode 8. Look who that guy is. I completely forgot. My cousin played a drug dealer, Clarence, in Miami Vice. He actually got shot at the very end of the episode. That's right. That's what got him the part Native Son with old Oprah and whoever. I forgot he was a drug dealer in Miami Vice, not in real life. I don't think he was. Stanley Tucci, Bill Paxton, Wesley Snipes. Everybody was in this. Don King, Chris Elliott,
Woogie,
Woogie.
These pipes are clean.
Viggo Mortensen, Lou Diamond Phillips, and that was at the height of his powers. That was La Bamba, Lou Diamond Phillips. Melanie Griffith. It was the show. And again, it gets even crazier when you go down the list. Like every actor in the 80s was in Miami Vice at some point.
It's like the Law and Order now.
I honestly think Miami Vice at its peak crushes Law and Order. Like I think we've had I'm talking about at its peak, right?
What's Law and Order's peak? It's been around for like 25
That's what I'm
years.
saying. Law and Order is more
I think longer than 25 years.
Law and Order is like Miami Vice is Michael Jordan, Law and Order is LeBron James, right? Like a lot of the greatness is just how long it's been going. Miami Vice was like a match, dude. And I don't know, what was it, 6-7 seasons? And that's where Phil Collins' drum solo. That was Crockett and Tubbs driving, and Tubbs was in the passenger seat loading guns, exactly, because they were going to a shootout, and they had to pull over so Don Johnson could call his girlfriend and be like, "Hey, I just want to say I love you. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not." You know, one of them big things. It's just and that's where Michael Mann really got his start, and then went on to direct Heat. You know, he had knew how to set all the scenes, which Heat starred amongst other people, Val Kilmer, who passed away earlier this week, and we bring it all together.
Did they make? Wait, didn't they just make a Miami Vice movie?
Yeah, a while ago with Colin Farrell, yes. I think.
I didn't see it. Any good?
I don't know. I didn't see it, and I don't want to. I
also didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. I'll tell you the one I want to see with Colin Farrell. I think it's Colin Farrell. Is And the one where I think it's him and Brendon Gleeson. It was like 4 years ago.
In Bruges.
Huh?
In Bruges?
Yeah. It's got a weird name, but like
in Bruges,
they're friends, and then like the one guy says, "I don't want to be friends anymore," and then Colin Farrell's character's like, "But I want to be friends," and then that's all I know about them. Oh, come on, guys, really?
I think it's the one Chris is saying. Maybe that's not the right title, but
let me see, Colin Farrell. Now, won a bunch of awards.
Yeah.
Gleeson. It's the Banshees of Inisherin. Yeah, close. What was this called? In Bruges? Isn't that the stuff with whipped cream?
I'm not sure.
Isn't that the Greek?
That's what I was thinking of. What you were saying. And I go, I know it's a weird title, and then he said that. I go, I think that's it.
Yeah, Colin Farrell and
Brendon Gleeson.
Yeah. Also Ralph Fiennes. They're in Bruges, and they're hitmen.
Oh,
what'd you call him?
Wait, who was the third guy in that?
Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, Ralph Fiennes.
Fiennes? Ralph Fiennes. That's it. Got to it.
Right.
You're halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Fiennes.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it say RALPH?
Because it's one of those European stupid things.
He's English.
Rafe. That's actually a weird, like, what was it? Was it the Last Menagerie or was it HMS Pinafore that had Rafe Rackstraw? But it was spelled Ralph. So I think that's some sort of old English, Englandy stupid pronunciation. You know,
they invented the language, and I can't find someone that speaks it.
They're
confused.
Yeah. So how was your day,
Jason? Good. Yeah, it was good.
Pinafore, HMS Pinafore, Ray Rackstraw. It was good. Yeah. What was for dinner last night?
No games. There was no Kings, no A's, but it was good. Beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, just gorgeous. Enjoyed that. Got out and about.
Yeah.
In the community.
Yeah, were you?
With one.
Soon you're going to see, wow, from the 209, the music needs to be changed almost as much as the Kings front office needs to be changed. Wow.
Well, you asked for it.
That is the 209.
That is, yeah, it's a great plan. It's the 209. Pretty soon you're going to be reporting back to us about our today's ex-market manager.
Yeah.
Because he'll be biking around.
See him all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've seen him quite a bit, but not yet, but I will.
You think we'll get a beard?
No
beard.
I don't think so.
Which, if I told you one of two things would happen within the year, he grows out a full beard, or he goes completely clean shaven, no mustache. Which one would you believe?
Full beard.
Full beard.
Yeah,
me too. I don't think the stash ever going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's here to stay.
Well, you know who else is here to stay? Brendon Nunes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to join us at 9 a.m. We also have Friday Fun and Games, as it's, a Friday. We'll preview the entire weekend of sports for you, including the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how are your brackets? We'll take
perfect.
Perfect bracket. Well, I can't change that name, man. I tried. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Leading off is next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
Bees everywhere! God, they're here! They're ripping my spots off!
All right, before we get to that, because we're playing the Hornets tonight. I see what Chris did.
Yeah.
We have a breaking behind-the-scenes story going on right now. In our daily audio are our 3 clips that we play for our 3, whatever. And then there's something that says Raiders GM. And I go, all right, Chris, stupid question, but why is that in there? He goes, you emailed it to me this morning.
And I'm looking at it now. It wasn't this morning. It was at 4:50 yesterday, 4:50 p.m.
I think I know exactly what happened. You are technically, well, you're actually very correct. Here's what happened. Was it a tweet or something that I wanted you with audio?
Yes.
Okay. Do you happen to see the date on the tweet? I'm going to guess it's maybe a month ago, something like that. It's going to be something. Yeah. When is it?
January 27th.
There we go. So yesterday I had somebody sent me an Excel sheet. I had to do some English stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on an Excel sheet. And I tried to open it on my phone, but it was just, there's way too much crap. And I had to go through a bunch of stuff. So I pulled out my laptop, which I haven't used, since January. So I pulled out my laptop. Here's what I'll bet happened. That tweet or that email was in my outbox for some reason, not sent. And then when I connected it to Wi-Fi to look at the Excel sheet, it came out. What did I
see
say?
if it's timely and topical.
Yeah, let's see. This is a clip from January about the Raiders GM apparently.
He's still coaching to this day. He's like 75 years old. He can't give it up and wins state championships all the time. So, Coach, I hope you're out there watching somewhere. I love you. Thanks for.
Why are you looking at me?
Just a guy that loves football, just like you. A couple more here, then I'll turn it over to this guy.
Sorry, my bad.
I don't even know.
That would have really landed in January.
I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't even.
I'm like, okay, he's got something connected with this.
Let's see. Cook it up.
Kings Hornets tonight. Well, you know what? That would have been amazing in January. Honestly, that would have made the show a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? In retrospect, what are you gonna do? Okay. Let's see. Kings Hornets.
Maybe we would have been 2 or 1.
If only. Must win, Jason?
No. No.
It's not a must win.
Phoenix doesn't care. Phoenix is behind and maybe worse. Maybe.
4 p.m. Tip off. Must win.
I mean, honestly, is it?
Is it what? A tip off?
No, must win.
Oh,
I don't think it is. I mean,
no.
Yes, I want them to win. If worst case scenario, they lose. Phoenix doesn't play, they'll still be ahead of Phoenix. It'll be a terrible loss. Terrible.
So, okay, what about this? Is this game effectively meaningless?
Yeah.
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 It kind of is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should clear that up. It's not meaningless in the sense that in a vacuum, it's a basketball game and we watch it and we're entertained and, whatever. And hey, the Kings are playing tonight.
Playoff picture or play-in picture?
Yes. For the playoff picture, it's fairly meaningless.
It would help if they won.
It's like the Kings. Yes. It would help them make the play-in if they won.
I don't think it will hurt them that much if they. I don't. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that's but I do think there is a really decent chance, as bad as this has been, that by tomorrow night the Kings are 9th.
Oh, with Dallas.
Dallas plays the Clippers tonight and the Clippers tomorrow.
Oh,
the Kings play Charlotte today. If you are predicting, I mean, I'm not sure Dallas will lose both, but that wouldn't be crazy for them to lose twice in LA and the Kings to win in Charlotte. I don't think any of that's crazy. Now, will that happen? I mean, odds are the Kings were going to beat Washington. They did not.
Well, this is interesting with Dallas at LA, home LA.
Yeah.
And
they only have 3 left after.
Wait a minute. Isn't home LA, isn't that Luca's return?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. End of the year. Wow. Wednesday, April 9th, Luca's return.
Yeah, they play Friday, Saturday, then they only have 3 left. Kings will have 5 left after tonight.
Well, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, and obviously depending on seeding and who's sitting and who's not with other teams, but at Clips, they'll be dog. Home Lakers, I think they'll still be dog.
Oh, yeah.
Home Toronto, probably favored.
Yes, they should be.
At Memphis, dog.
Yeah.
So I guess this game does mean something now that we've talked our way through it, because I think fans would it gives fans the opportunity to get a home play-in victory. It's an extra game. It's an extra home game.
Yeah.
Great for Golden One Center.
Sure. Absolutely.
All right. I've landed on
must win.
This is a must win game.
Switched it around.
This is absolutely
gotta have it.
I have to have it.
All
All
right.
right.
The champion.
Mm-hmm. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
The pitch. A bouncing ball up the middle, back-handed by Horner. Across the body throw in time. Out number 3. And the Cubs complete the sweep. They beat the A's 10-2. And the Cubs head back home with a winning record of 5-4.
All right. Well, A's in Colorado now.
Okay.
Okay.
Finally going to a hitter's park.
I mean, they were kind of in a hitter's park.
Oh.
But hopefully they won't face the type of hitting that they faced against the Cubs.
They get to bat first.
Maybe
they'll take the lead.
They will finally have the opportunity to not be losing before they've taken their first at bat.
That's fair.
That is fair. We're looking for bright sides.
Yes, we are.
Hey, you know what, Jason?
Hey, they were 2-2 on the road in Seattle. Played great.
They played.
They haven't won at home yet.
I honestly thought about this the other day because everyone's like, "Oh, they got their butts kicked against you know." You know what, Jason? They lost 43 home games last year. Okay, this is just 3.
Yeah,
in the big picture.
Yeah,
they'd have to lose 40 more.
Yeah, imagine that.
Ain't happening. It's a better team this year than last year, probably.
I do think it is.
I agree.
We'll see. Long way to go. There's a long way to go. Yeah, must win.
Must.
Yeah.
Getting there. You got to set the tone early.
Exactly.
Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Duke got it. They've got 3 seconds. Flag, deep 3 ball. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And a show of emotion from the best player in America. Cooper Flag just hit from long range right before halftime.
What does perfect bracket need?
I basically, in order for me to finish 5th, there's one scenario I can finish 5th, and that's the highest I can finish. I need Florida and Duke to both win, and then Florida to win.
I would say, what would be the favorite? Florida, Duke, maybe?
Yeah. I think Duke will be favored. Florida's favored. Duke is favored. Florida's favored by 2.5. Duke is favored by 5.5.
I think Duke would be favored in the championship.
I think they would too. I think they'd be favored by 2, 3.5. I think. I have another bracket that has Houston, but it was Houston, but I can't get it. Even I have Houston winning it, but it would have been Houston versus Michigan State. And Michigan State won.
That would have been
yeah, I think that would have been juicy. Yeah. But it was so still, hey, look, hey, 5th is 5th.
You're pretty good at this.
I would take 5th.
I would say over the years though, you're pretty. I mean, have you had a year where you're like 200th?
I'm trying to think if I had a
like where you just go, man, I'm out, and it's the first weekend.
I didn't have Virginia that year that they lost in the first round as a 1 seed. Trying to think, wasn't there another? Is that the only 1 seed that's gone down, or has there been 2?
Yeah,
was there? Okay, yeah. So I've had a couple years where I don't think I've lost my champion in the first week, but where by the time the Sweet 16 rolled around, I'm like, that's done. No. But I want to say this. I want to say this in a sense of I'm self-deprecating, but at the same time, I don't want to disrespect any of the winners. But I don't really feel any credit. This has been a chalk year.
Very much so.
This has been a chalk year.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you did because I think it allows you to do like a what is it called, self-pick or computer pick?
Yeah.
You'd be in it.
Yeah. You would be if you just did.
Even if you didn't tweak a thing and you had the ones. I mean, I don't know how high you would be, but you'd have a chance.
You would have absolutely a chance. It is chalky Chalkerton. All the 1 seeds playing against each other. That's going to be a great Saturday. 3:09 Florida Auburn, followed by Houston.
A 3:09.
3:09er. Yeah, right on the dot. Followed by 5:49 Houston and Duke. So. It's going to be a good sports weekend.
Yes,
you got baseball going. You got 2 Kings games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today and Sunday.
I mean,
next week, your golf tournament. America's golf tournament. Is it Miami Vice?
Yes. It's a tradition like any other, Jason Ross. And,
the game of golf.
Yep, the Masters. We're getting all the, they got the Valero Open this weekend. We're getting all the Masters stories. Phil told a story this morning about how Ben Hogan ticked off Ernie Palmer, and he went on and won the tournament because he, long story, but he, you're getting all these stories. And then it all start next week of the par 3 with the families out there. And it really is, to me, that is truly the ushering in. That is the ushering in of spring.
There you go.
Weather's going to match it. And, I'm going to, funny enough, didn't even realize this till yesterday, I will be on a plane during the final round. Yeah.
Good plan.
Super planning on my part. Super great planning on my part. But looking forward to that. And yes, all your Masters. Hey, I wonder if are we going to get is Naturewood coming back? I hope Naturewood's coming back. Masters leaderboard.
Yeah, I hope so.
Brought to you by Naturewood. We'll take a break when we come back. It's a tradition, unlike any other. Kings, Hornets. How badly do the Kings need this win, honestly? And let's take a look at the Hornets and what is in and out for you as we preview you for tonight's game. Next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
What's going on, world? This is your boy Kevin Hart with some exciting news. I am coming to a city near you. My new tour is called Acting My Age, and I want to see you there. Come out, have a good night, a good time. It's all new material in a much, much more intimate setting. Go get your tickets and head to KevinHartNation.com now.
Comedy superstar Kevin Hart brings his new tour, Acting My Age, to the venue at Thunder Valley on Saturday, April 26th. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com and KevinHartNation.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Zach Geloff underwent surgery to repair his right hand, and he's likely to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Second base duties will be a battle between Max Schumann and Max Muncy. Brady Basso and his left shoulder strain continues to go through a throwing program, and the A's are hopeful that he can begin pitching in minor league games shortly after the start of the regular season. On the court, Malik Monk makes his return from illness as the Kings push to make the play-in. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
Sacramento, get ready. The Sacktown Sports Live events calendar is packed with epic shows you won't want to miss. Classic rock bands, America takes the stage at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on May 9th. Then hip-hop legend LL Cool J brings the beats to Thunder Valley on May 10th. The Outlaw Music Festival rolls into Toyota Amphitheater on May 18th. And punk pioneers The Dam hit Ace of Spades on May 31st. June heats up with JJ Gray and Mofro at Ace of Spades on June 10th. Plus, country superstars Lee Brice and Walker Hayes at Ironstone Amphitheater on June 21st. Then, it's 3 days of country fun at the Country Summer Music Festival at Sonoma County Fairgrounds on June 27th through the 29th. Get your boots ready for the Folsom Pro Rodeo July 3rd through 5th. Then, catch Cody Johnson at Golden One Center on July 18th and Parker McCollum at Ironstone Amphitheater on August 16th. Mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and don't miss out. Find all the details at sacktownsports.com.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'm looking at our chat and text line, and it is an interesting split. Look, guys, nothing's going to make... It's one of the toughest parts about this season. Kings fans are incredibly split on this.
Mm-hmm.
There is and by the way, personally, I know which way I lean, but there's no wrong answer in my opinion.
Right.
If where I lean is, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah.
How would you like this season to end?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. My biggest goal is for them to retain their pick. That would be my big win.
Right.
And it's kissing your sister, but whatever. Sometimes you got to do it. I don't know. It's weird. But then there's you play to win the game, and I want to see wins, and you never know what's going to happen, and create a winning culture and carry it over. And I'd rather see this team win than lose. And what bothers me, what gets me, is when I see the fan gatekeeping conversations. Right. Only a real fan, any real Kings fan wants to see them win, or any real Kings fan wants to see no.
Yeah, it's
any real Kings fan has a problem with how to treat Kings fans.
Yeah,
yes,
it's 100% akin to that. How to fan,
yeah,
it's the same way. How do you want the season to end? Well, I think you'd get a wide variety of how people would like to see it end.
You do.
None of them being wrong, because if that's what you want, that's what you want.
There's no. We've had this philosophical conversation before, Jason. When I want them to keep the pick. I want them to win a championship someday. I'm very, very binary when it comes to that stuff. Here's the path we're currently on right now. Does this path give us the best chance to contend for a championship someday by making some minor moves, filling around the blanks, Can we? No, I think this team's ceiling is first round of the playoffs. That's my opinion. Therefore, does a complete and total tear down and rebuild give us a better chance? Even if it's 7% to 8%, do we have a better chance? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I want that road. But then the other day, I'm at my dad's. He turned 82, as I said. And he said, hey, you know what? I'd really love to try to get a game with you soon. I'd love to go to a Kings game with you soon. And it just kind of gave me this existential moment where I was like, you know what? My dad just wants to go to a game with me. And when he goes to that game, he just wants to see the home team win.
Yeah.
And not worry about anything else. And there's kids and families and all kinds of people who go. And again, they're not obsessives. They just they go to the game. They want some popcorn and licorice, a soda, maybe a hot dog. And they want to see the team win. And they want to see maybe the lady with the plates on the unicycle or Slamson roller skating.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That I want to be that person.
Yeah. I feel like I had a little bit of that feeling with the A's. So I go to the A's and Cubs. I didn't want the Cubs to win, but I wasn't going, oh man, the A's a lot. Like it doesn't have, I would rather the A's win.
Right.
But I'm not in the draw. That hasn't been my team. There's not years of being behind them, but I went and had a great time.
Absolutely.
So then I went, wow, I guess that's who I was at this game, where it was like, I'm going for the experience. If I had a preference, let's have the A's win. It's more fun. That's what these people are out here to see. It's our local team for the time being, however long that is. Let's have them win. But after that, I was like, okay, they didn't. I had a good time.
2 questions, because I don't doubt a word you just said. Does that feeling change if you're at the game a year from now?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe I'll be more into them winning because they're here, but I don't know. I mean, it was new. Everything about this was new. So maybe that's a good question, but I don't know.
Thank you for that. Does the feeling change if there are 82 baseball games? I'm asking, is it a little easier to absorb losses, I guess, with baseball than it is basketball, or does that even apply there?
I don't think it applies. Like, I think if it was, well, no, you know what? That's not fair. I think, okay, let's say I was at Yankee Stadium and I'm a Yankee fan and they lost. Like, that's a bummer. But I know that it's game 4 or 5 or whatever it was of the season. It's like, well, this isn't going to dictate whether they're going to the playoffs or not. So, yeah.
Well, or you could be Charlotte. And that's the team that Kings play tonight. Charlotte right now is sitting near the bottom of the league. They're 19-57. They're set right now to be in the 3rd slot in the draft. They will be one of the top 4, or should I say bottom 4 teams. They're missing quite a few tonight, including LaMelo Ball, their big star. Old ex-King, Seth Curry, is on that team. He is day-to-day. Josh Green is out. Miles Bridges is playing. When I look at the Hornets, we talk a lot about the Wizards, and gosh, they don't seem to have a ton going on. I look at the Hornets and I go, okay, well, look, they have LaMelo Ball, and then they have Miles Bridges. Now, hear me out on this. I put Miles Bridges sort of in the same category I would put a Zach LaVine. Let me finish. I think they're both incredibly talented players. They're also incredibly unmovable. There's not a lot of value to them. Zach LaVine, obviously, because of the contract. Miles Bridges, because of all the off-court stuff that's gone on. So you have value on the court in the sense of their talents, but they can't, for example, I'm not going to say never, but very difficult to move Miles Bridges, and you're certainly not going to get value for talent with him.
I remember bringing him up last year because he was a free agent. Not a comfortable conversation, and almost every single person, yourself included, like, nope, don't touch him.
Yeah.
Totally understood why.
Yeah.
And totally understand why the organization wouldn't. They signed him at a great rate. Yeah. And for what he does, he would fit. But I'm not faulting anybody for wanting zero part of him.
Look, you can say these two things are incredibly true. Miles Bridges would be an amazing basketball fit for the Kings, and a lot of teams, number one. Number two, Miles Bridges is probably one of the best value players in the entire league.
Yeah.
But all of that is also because of what's going on off the court, and a lot of teams just don't want a part of that. A lot of communities don't want a part of that, and I'm proud of the Kings for that. Yeah,
and then it gets to like, okay, Charlotte is, and do they at that? Well, they're not winning, but if it's like, well, he's our guy and he's producing, and this happened, and I don't know. I don't know how that would be handled. We don't even have to worry about it.
I don't know what the future is for the Hornets. They're going to have to strike a little gold, but they certainly are in the dog days of their rebuild right now.
So they're going to miss, obviously. Yeah, they're getting closer. They're more than halfway to the Kings record. This will be year 9. That's not fun. As we know, 17 years without the playoffs. They're at 9, and I don't know. 10 seems possible.
Needless to say, the Kings will be getting 2 second-round picks from the Hornets with them missing the playoffs. That first from the trade.
Is that this year?
That is.
Or I don't know when that is.
I don't know. We need a website or something. We'll take a break. When we come back, a national writer said the A's looked and felt like Major League Baseball, or should I say looked like baseball, seemed like Major League Baseball, didn't feel like Major League Baseball in Sacramento. Do you agree or disagree? It's just one of 3 Safer Out questions next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Rocks Tech, Michelob Ultra, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
Your next adventure is waiting at Sky River Casino with a $500,000 travel around the world giveaway. Get 1 free daily entry and 100 bonus entries every Monday and Tuesday. Earn more entries by playing slots and table games. Join us every Saturday, where you can pack your bags as our guaranteed $15,000 dream vacation winner. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I love this time of year when the azaleas begin to bloom and the singing birds' sweet dawn chorus remind us that blue skies and sunshine are at hand. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. In sports, the definition for the word master is one who's achieved a high degree of skill, and that will be on display in the highly anticipated golf tournament. In the furniture business, a master is a highly skilled craftsman, an artist even, whose work is coveted by those who appreciate design, quality, and durability. John Keyes was the mastermind of Naturewood Home Furnishings. He knew that you wanted your home to reflect your personal style, whether that was a plain coffee table or a masterpiece for you to enjoy forever. That's why when you walk into Naturewood Home Furnishings, you'll find the largest and best selection of the highest quality home furnishings in Northern California. Masterful. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Get ready for a night of legendary rock and roll. Styx and Kevin Cronin live in concert Saturday, April 26th at the Nugget Event Center in Sparks, Nevada. Don't miss your chance to see the iconic sounds of Styx with Kevin Cronin on stage, bringing you all the hits. It's a night you won't forget. Tickets on sale now at nuggetcasinoresort.com, so grab yours before they're gone. Styx and Kevin Cronin live Saturday, April 26th. More info and tickets at nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Chris, are you ready for Safe or Out?
Sure am.
All right. It's that time. It is that time.
Safe or out, question 1. Did I get that break wrong, by the way? 4.5? Was that 4.5?
It's 4:12.
That's 18 seconds. I would have been in the chair. Just saying. Wrong. Question 1.
Tim Kuhn of ESPN said the A's in Sacramento looked like MLB baseball, but didn't feel like MLB baseball. Do you agree?
I'm going to crack Chris, but also stand in front of him at the same time. I don't know if he pronounced his last name right. I also don't know how to pronounce his last name.
I looked it up to make sure that I pronounced it right.
Is it Kuhn?
It's Kuhn.
Kuhn. Tim Kuhn. Yes, he is a great sports writer, has been around for a long time. I think formerly the Chronicle, if I remember correctly. I don't know. This question's for one person. You're the only one that went to the games. Let me reverse engineer the question. If you weren't paying attention to attendance, if you didn't know that the River Cat shared the park, if you didn't know the situation, if you just flew in from Mars and you were a huge baseball fan in this world, and you went and saw the games like you did, would there have been some, let's say you went to a Yankee game, a Cardinal game, a Dodger game, a Rockies game, and then you went to the game there. Did it feel different?
I guess the only difference would be the size of the stadium when you're actually in it. But besides that, I told you the example I have, look, it's in our city. These are places that, for whatever reason, I don't think I've been to all of. Like when I walked across the bridge and was seeing the river, and I'm going up there, go, gosh, it felt like I was visiting another city going to an event there. It didn't feel like I was in Sacramento.
Which is so cool being a Sacramentan and feeling that.
And I had this almost a surreal feeling walking. I'm like, this is awesome. Like just the amount of people that were outside and walking in. There were Cubs fans, there were A's fans, people just wearing other stuff. You're like, everybody's gathering. This is really cool. And then you're inside in the game. I mean, you get caught up in the game. It just would be stadium size, really.
Yeah.
So
other than the size of the stadium, which again, if you're coming in from Mars, let's say that was you didn't know that was abnormal. Everything else felt Major League Baseball-y.
Yeah. Felt like it.
Whatever, Tim. Question 2, please.
The Reds became the first team in 65 years to lose 3 in a row by 1-0 score. Would you rather lose that way or lose 15-0 in 3 straight?
1-0.
Yeah.
I mean,
painful, but there's.
Yeah.
Would you rather lose 1-0 all 3 games or 35-9 all 3 games?
Well, entertainment value, the games were, I'd say, more entertaining with the runs.
Yeah.
Even though some would like the pitchers.
But is it more entertaining if you're a fan of the home team and you're getting your ass kicked?
Right.
Because, look, I'm good with a 1-0 game, but I also understand I'm in the minority. I love old school low scoring games where it's a pitcher's duel and you're going back and forth. The losses probably hurt more in a sense because we were right there. And yes, the base entertainment value is less, but in one hand, you got shellacked 35-9. In this scenario, hey, 4 runs and we sweep. Yeah, 4 runs, 3. Yeah, 4 runs and we sweep.
Right.
So
put it together. You're right. It's 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
but wouldn't it technically be 6 runs? Am I wrong here? Because yeah, I am wrong. No, wait, because if it was 4 runs, because
4 total, but you needed 2 per game.
So 2 times 3 would be 6.
Correct. Look at you. You are
math.
good at math.
I am good at math. Yeah, but it's the old thing too. Like, would you rather lose that the Clippers game, the Kawhi shot, or would you rather the Clippers blowing you up by 17? It hurts more in the short term to lose by 1 or 2, but I'd much rather my teams be right in it either way.
Yeah, I mean, like the Orlando game, they just lost the Kings by like 30. You're like, this is embarrassing. The 1 point, you're like, bad breaks,
right?
That kind of thing.
From the 209, the Kings had a big win last night. Why no mention yet? I see what they're doing there. Mason Jones, 47 points, and the Stockton Kings make the Western Conference Finals in the G League? Well, there you go. Why not how great would it be if you could do that? Exactly. Just switch the teams for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Just switch them up. Bring the G Leaguers up.
You want winners.
Yeah. Send these guys down. God, what would Zach LaVine do to the G League?
Not answering that.
I guess it could go either way, huh? Hello, JR.
Oh, wow. Early JR.
Hola, amigas.
Hola.
Hola. Today, 25 years of the old Pac Bell reuniting.
That's right.
Awesome. It's 25 years. It's kind of like Golden One. Of course, even you could say even Sutter over there. I mean, I know it's not a new park, but it was a new opening, right?
Yeah.
It's always going to be Pac Bell Park. It's always going to be Rayleigh Field. And honestly, it was always Arco until Golden One.
I'm a power balance guy.
Yes. But I was so excited 25 years ago as a Giants fan when they opened it up. I have a 25-year-old. That's how excited I was about that park opening up.
Wow.
And of course, it only took 3 months for him to pop out.
Wow.
I paid my taxes.
Wow, there were some post-game fireworks. Good for you. Easy.
I have some strong sperm. I have some strong swimmers. No.
As soon as I said it, I pulled back.
105 start. 105 start. I like you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Hey.
Oh, and sorry. I thought he was saying I love you and then hanging up.
Love you, JR.
Love you, JR. Yeah, I kind of threw it out there and then immediately,
I was at that game.
You were at opening day?
The first ever. Kevin Elster,
kidding.
3 home runs for the Dodgers.
First time you've ever brought that up.
Yeah.
I honestly, to me, everything's
always
new. It's always new for me. I was at the opening of Levi Stadium. They lost to Arizona.
I wouldn't have even remembered, like the trivia question.
Yeah. Went with old Phil Oates. We went and
were you in the sun?
Yep.
It was
sure
hot.
was. That was Monday Night Football game. It was it wasn't hot, but But what is it with opening parks and losing? I guess that's a thing. Kings lost the open to Arco.
Yeah. Do you remember to who? Oh, no. How about the opening to
Golden One Center? Did they lose that?
Yeah.
Was it to the Lakers?
No.
Clippers?
No.
Suns?
No.
Nuggets?
No. Western Conference. We'll see how long it takes.
Minnesota?
It's 5.
Oh, come on. Why did I not remember? Well, hold on. I was at that game. Wait, was I at the game? No, I wasn't at that game.
If I have it right, I think I do.
No, because, wait. I know they beat the Nuggets the first year after we saved the team.
Yeah, but that was
that. Who was it? Chris says we have to break. I won't get it.
It's De'Aaron Fox's team now.
The Spurs beat us?
Kawhi Leonard ripped Ben McLemore like multiple times in the backcourt.
Come on, Kawhi. We'll take a break. When we come back, well, let's look at the home stretch of the season for your Sacramento Kings. If they lose their pick, which they currently are in place to lose their pick, well, what effect is that going to have on the offseason, if any? We'll explore that. And where do you see DeMar DeRozan next year? What kind of trade value does he have? We'll get into a lot of this stuff, including Deb Christie as well next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. Today there will be sunshine on the mountains with a high near 43. Tonight, clear skies with a low around 26. And tomorrow, the sun will keep shining with a high near 47. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind, zero-turn, and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on
Just
Sacktown
outside the right
Sports.
side of the paint. Here's Monk with another steal from the Wizards. Drives to the front court, sets up an alley-oop. Keon Ellis on the receiving end. The Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Brings the Kings to within 2 at 38-36. Second steal by Monk, and a perfect setup at the rim for Keon Ellis. You're listening to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross tomorrow morning at 7:40.
Yeah, not to confuse you. If that was
confused.
That was from the Washington game.
Oh, okay.
Just, it was one of the highlights from the Wizards Kings game. Hour 2 of the program. Dave, Jason, Chris. We'll take you all the way to Friday Fun and Games. At the bottom of the 9 o'clock hour, Brendon Nunes will join us at 9. Hopefully an awake Brendon. I know it's early for him. I know he's not an early riser.
Yeah.
It's always fun to get sleepy, Brendon.
Well, there was no Kings game last night, so we'll see if that helps.
Yeah, and if not, I'm curious as to what kept him up all night.
Yeah,
true. At least Frankie can claim baby.
Yeah, maybe Brendon's worried about the Kings' future.
Just staying up all night,
yeah.
Brendaning.
Yes.
Whatever that may be. All right. Let's look at the home stretch of the season. The 209 weighs in. 209 very strong on the text line today at 916-339-1140. All right, guys, it's Friday. Again, I have my purple Kings cap, my purple socks.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
My black shoes, and I'll be tuning into G-Man on my drive home. Let's go, fellas. The push is on. No sucking, no count tankula. You know what? And again, totally get it. I totally get it. You want to see a win. You want to see a win going into the weekend. Come on, team I root for, win the game. I get it. I do. I completely get it. And by the way, and I feel weird saying this, they should win. They should win tonight. Las Vegas thinks they will win, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, you went first last time, I believe. Jason Ross. Kings Hornets tonight, 4 p.m. right here on Sacktown Sports. Kings Hornets, who is favored and by how much?
I'm going to go to the same. No, I'm going to take a few points off the spread the other day. 10.5.
10.5
for Kings.
Chris
Kings 9.5.
Okay, we almost have a correct answer. We're 1 point off.
Is it 8 or 11?
The Sacramento Kings are favored by 11.5 tonight. Yeah, this is that time of year where there's a lot of big spreads. Hello. Lakers favored by 13.5 over the Pelicans. Same spread with Cleveland in San Antonio. Detroit and Toronto favored by 11.5. The Celtics coming off that loss to Miami at home. 14.5 point favorites over the Suns.
Wow.
And the poor Jazz rolling into Indiana with the biggest spread of the night. Indiana favored by 16.5. Please gamble responsibly when you're gambling.
Well, this is another game that the Kings are playing against a team that not players, not coaches, but I would say organizationally would rather lose.
100%.
So they can try to impact that in whatever way, but the players that are playing want to win. That's without saying. but those that have to make decisions and they're like, hey, odds are better if we lose more and improve our chances in the lottery.
The Kings are playing at this point of the season 2 teams in a row. Both happen to be Eastern Conference, and they're 2 of the bottom 3 teams in the league.
Yeah, this was the sweet spot of the schedule.
This was the part where you go, okay, you got some tough stuff coming up, but we're going to get 2 wins. Now, at best, they're going to split.
Right,
at
best.
I with the acknowledgement that you can never assume anything with this team, and they certainly could lose tonight. Mm-hmm. We saw it against Washington.
Absolutely.
Let's assume, just for the sake of argument, that they're going to win tonight.
Okay.
Well, what is interesting is that the Kings pick that is being conveyed to Atlanta for the Kevin Huerter trade is top 12 protected. The Kings are currently in the 13 slot. They are 1 game ahead of Phoenix, or behind, depending on how you want to put it, for that. Phoenix has lost 4 in a row. The Kings have lost 3 in a row. They are also just a game and a half, I'll say, behind Miami. He's currently slotted 11. So it's not just Phoenix, it's also Miami as well. And then Chicago keeps winning. And Chicago right now is just 2 games behind the Kings. In other words, if the Bulls were able to pick up 2 more games on the Kings the rest of the season, we may be having a slightly different conversation. By the way, speaking of, just to add insult to injury, Jason, I noticed this yesterday. That pick would be conveying for Kevin Huerter, who currently plays for the Bulls. One of his teammates on the Bulls is Josh Giddey. Between Josh Giddey, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Between Josh Giddey and Kevin Huerter, they have the highest offensive rating and net rating by a duo since the All-Star break.
No, okay, stop.
They have the highest offensive rating by a duo since the All-Star break, with a minimum of 250 minutes played, because I'm sure Fred and Jim on whatever team. Not Jaylen Brown and Jason
Luka
Tatum,
and
not Luka and LeBron. Kevin Huerter.
SGA and anybody.
Nope.
I mean, we have to admit, first season Huerter is a beast.
True. Good point.
It just
don't put him in the 3-point shootout.
Anyways, so I want the pick. One of the arguments against keeping the pick is that by conveying it this year, that now frees the Kings of any encumbrances. Yeah. In other words, if they kept the pick this year, they could not trade their pick next year. I believe they'd have to. No?
Well, because they don't know yet.
Yeah.
It just keeps them handcuffed a little bit. Yeah. You can't trade them right.
Yeah, they have to skip a year, I think.
Yeah.
A year or 2, as a matter of fact.
Well, because then you still don't even know if it's conveying next year then.
No, because next year it's top 10 protected. Right. And then after that conveys to 2 seconds. Yeah. And that would be the only thing worse than giving up a number 12 pick would be giving up a number 10 pick.
Yeah.
So the Kings have to really decide, and I do wonder, although I doubt it, but I do wonder if whatever they do the rest of the season is going to have any, at this point, effect on whether or not they decide to do a full tank rebuild, which I do not think they will.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't.
Nothing has read to that from the top down, right? It's been competitive, win as many as you can.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Sam Amick and 3 for Madness, Jason, and what he said on the show yesterday.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Made national news, but he talked about DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis both having, quote, tough conversations with the organization about their future and the organization's future. I see nothing that gives me confidence that DeMar DeRozan will be here next year. Nothing. He said it before the Fox trade. He put out the smoke signal, if you will, and the Kings have done demonstrably worse since he said that. Now you're going into the offseason. I don't know how the Kings convince him that this is where he wants to finish his career.
And just on movability of contracts, that's one that could be, right? As opposed to, like, to me, if you're looking at the roster just as a whole, I go, well, yeah, every player's got their flaws. DeMar certainly does too, but he's giving you results.
Yes.
Whereas Levine, to me, has been really frustrating, and it's not exclusive to him, but he's got a big contract. He was supposed to play closer to what De'Aaron has been, and he has been far from that. And then you see a massive contract that you go, I just don't know that they can move that.
I don't know that they can either. In DeRozan's case, he will make 24.5 next year, 25.7 the year after. Look, for his production, it's pretty good.
Yes.
I just wonder if other GMs who get paid too are going to look at DeRozan and go, look, he's a wonderful scorer. He's a great human and teammate. He is universally respected in the league. You know, all the things we said when we got him. But also, and I know this is such a cop-out generality phrase, but I think the question is, does DeMar DeRozan's play style, is it conducive to winning basketball?
Yeah, I think it's a fair question. I would, I guess the pushback, or if I was in DeMar's camp, I would say, okay, I was on San Antonio and Chicago that just weren't very good and haven't been that good. Sacramento was probably the better team,
Yes.
but I would then point to his early years and go, well, they won a ton on Toronto, and he was a big part of that team.
They did. He, according to this page I'm on, which looks like it's the most updated, he has a record in his career of 606 and 575. By definition, he plays winning basketball. And he's also been on some fairly poor teams as well. It's just a matter of, do you want to take a guy like DeMar DeRozan and pay him $50 million, over $50 million over the next 2 years? I agree with you, Jason. I do think he is one of the more movable salaries, movable players. And I think that I don't know what they're going to get back. I don't think it's going to be tremendous, but it's going to have to match up on that $25 million at some point.
Yeah. And that's why, to me, I would really look at the Levine part if you can, but that also doesn't sound, I mean, you're talking about if you could move him, you might have to
attach something,
and or just have a bad contract coming back as well. You're like, I didn't really want that, but that's what you'd have to do if you wanted to move him. If you thought you could do something by keeping DeRozan with some of your pieces, if you think, okay, look, maybe we get a point guard and Levine's our featured player, then that's the route you go. I mean, I don't know what they think internally.
Well, I don't disagree with you. As a matter of fact, if you told me the Kings could have one of the two next year, I would take DeRozan.
Right.
And I would take DeRozan largely because of that Levine contract and how it's going to hamstring you. I think Levine's the better player.
Do you?
I think Levine is the better player in the following sense. I think he's a bigger 3-point threat.
Yes.
He's a bigger threat around the basket. I'm talking about penetration. Hello. And I think he's more efficient than DeMar DeRozan. I'm pretty sure he out rebounds and out assists him, but I don't think it's no. Am I wrong about that? But it's
no way on assists. I don't think
nothing to write.
Well, I don't know. As a King,
you might be. You might. I don't think either of those are the deal breakers. He's also younger.
Yeah.
But
this is the problem they're in, though.
This is the problem. And so you said, I don't know what they're going to be thinking internally, because that's part of the other problem too. This is where we get into the real scary part, because if somebody calls up and says, okay, we've got some room for Levine, but you're not getting talent for talent back, but we'll give you $50 million in contracts that are both expiring, but are far lesser players. Right. But now you are absolutely admitting to the public you're waving the white flag on the De'Aaron Fox trade. Right. You now traded De'Aaron Fox for effectively a future Minnesota pick, 2 Charlotte second rounders, and like Jake, I don't know how it all plays out, but something like that. Jake LaRavia, Jonas Valanciunas, and a couple of second rounders and a Minnesota pick.
Yeah.
You're effectively, and that's something I think a new GM would have to do.
Right.
Because I don't know that the old GM can wear that egg on his face, which the old GM is the current GM right now. We will take a very quick break. This is a 30-second break. When we come back, Sam Amick yesterday said there's going to be tough conversations. We'll tell you how we see those conversations going as well. You can always call us 1-800-920-1140. All we ask is, as we go into the weekend, you bring some of that Friday energy with you to the show. Just like American Energy Heating and Air is bringing that energy to your home each and every day, and they've done that since 1981. Greater Sacramento area has enjoyed American Energy's service. That's why they have an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Not only because they give you good deals, but also because they do great work. They care about you both before and after. Before and after the service is done. And throughout, join the club like I did, their little American Energy club, and you get your tune-ups and your inspections and all that each year. Just like I had one 2 weeks ago, and it resulted in me finding out I had a carbon monoxide leak and I had to get a new furnace. Thank God I found that out. I didn't want to pay for a new furnace, but I got a hell of a deal there. I really did get a hell of a deal with American Energy. And they came out and they had the whole thing, both my furnace and my air conditioner, taken care of in like 5 hours. It's ridiculous. So that would be a whole day job. Get your own tune-up right now for $24.50. That's half off the regular price. Free inspection, if you will. And $4,000 off a new furnace because it is the end of the season blowout. That's $4,000 off plus rebate. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Quick couple seconds. We're back with 3 for Madness next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Told you it'd be a quick break. Told you. You're still in the bathroom. You're outside. You're getting coffee. You're missing out on this awesomeness. Coming up next, we'll go around the NBA. We'll do a standings watch, including another crazy night from a guy who grew up selling watches on the street. Yeah, great story. Coming up later, Brendon Nunes at 9 a.m. And a lot of Kings Charlotte tonight, plus the sports weekend. In the meantime, it is 3 for Madness. It is Chris Verlot. It is question 1.
Sam Amick made national news saying both Sabonis and DeRozan will have tough conversations with the Kings about their futures this summer. How do you see those going?
Was that on this show?
That was on this very show. By the way, it's gotten to the point now where I actually think there's some national people that are tuning in for that every week because he's getting aggregated so hard.
I mean, I think a lot of people are listening.
Yeah, a lot. Well, hey, numbers reflect that. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate you. Always love you. I think it's going to result in DeMar DeRozan leaving. I think Sabonis is a little different. This is a different animal altogether. I love Domantas Sabonis. We're speculating. I imagine he and his agent are going to go in and say, all right, we need to know what the future of this team is. And I don't think, look, the front office and the owner and everybody on the inside, well, they can tell you what they want to do. Yeah. They're going to know that more than we do. They're going to have more control over that than we do, which we have no control. But I don't think, agents aren't stupid and neither are players. It's not like they can just conjure something up. And I think with Domantas Sabonis, you've got a guy who's about to lead the league in rebounds for the 3rd straight year, 19, 14, and 6 on 59% shooting. He should be an all-star each and every year. And he's about to turn 29. On top of him turning 29 in May, Jason, he's also committed to the Kings for 3 more years, which will take him to his year 32 on this earth, which means he has one more decent-sized contract, but he's committed to the Kings pretty much through almost all his prime.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the conversations that those two would have with the front office and what they're trying to learn, because I think you're right. The front office isn't, and ownership wouldn't say, unless I'm stunned here, I don't think they would ever say, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to tear this down.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a part of that in one way or another, whether we move you or, hey, we're going to strip a lot of it around you and help you. Hopefully you can help build this back up. I don't think they're going to say that. So if I'm Sabonis and DeRozan's group, I think I want to know about the coach. Is it Doug? Or if not Doug, then who? And then what is the offseason plan? Like, who are you targeting to add to this team? Not that they can get those guys, but I think those are the only 2 things that they could probably hear that would lean them one way or the other. Would you think there's something else?
No, I don't. I think combined DeRozan and Sabonis are about $70 million this year. They're both owed. I mean, Sabonis is owed almost $150 million. DeRozan, $50 million. That would free up a hell of a lot of cap room. But what are you going to do with it? Right. And I think if you're going for a total rebuild, you absolutely trade both of them. You trade both of them. You're going to get whatever. Maybe you get a mid to late first for DeRozan and something else expiring. For Sabonis, I think you'll get some value. You're not going to get Tyrese Halliburton value like that. You're going to eat it a little bit there, but I think you'll get you can get some picks. You can get a couple young players. You're going to get something for that. And then maybe you're taking that money now, that 50, 70 million. You're not sitting on it. You're absorbing contracts now in the future, this trade deadline, et cetera, to gather more picks. That's kind of the Sam Presti / Sam Hinkie maneuver. I agree with you. I don't think the Kings have the stomach for that. So they just have to convince Sabonis of that. I don't know how you convince him this year. If I'm in Vegas and I gotta pick something, I'm saying I think DeRozan's gone this summer, and I think it's a wait and see with Sabonis. It's okay. Well, we're officially on the clock now, and we'll revisit this conversation sometime around December or January when we have a better idea of how the season and the future is shaping up. And if things aren't going the way we want it to go, we need to move towards making a movement at the trade deadline. I think that I don't see how Sabonis could be completely pacified unless I wouldn't put it out of I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility if he's like, you know what, I love Napa. I got my young children here. I'm good. Just please try to win.
Yeah.
But the other thing is you can't renegotiate contracts,
right?
So you can't even pay him more for the favor of doing that.
Yeah, and if last offseason, at least according to reports, is anything true, we heard reports that there were a portion of people in the locker room that wanted Mike Brown, and there were a portion that did not. I wonder what that is like right now with Doug Christie. I mean, I don't know the answer to that.
Here's something scary. If he wants to play basketball and still live in Napa.
Oh, God. Why you gotta do that, dude? No.
I don't get it.
He's saying go play for them. Oh, I see what you're saying. You do get it. You're making a funny. Also, God, I'm really stuck on that right now, and I don't like it.
Thanks, Chris.
With what was the point I was going to make about Sabonis? Damn it. It'll come to me. Question number 2, please.
Question 2.
You can build around anyone on the Kings, but only one player. Who is it and why?
I remember what I was going to say. You know, look, reports say that Sabonis he and Mike Brown didn't get along. Was Sabonis, or I shouldn't say that he and Mike Brown, he wasn't a fan of Mike Brown, and De'Aaron Fox was. We know De'Aaron Fox is a huge Mike Brown fan, and heard from several that Sabonis they just were never on the same page. And I believe that. That not that they were never on the same page, but in the end, they weren't, they just weren't seeing eye to eye. So, the Kings could say to him, look, dude, we moved Mike Brown in part because, you felt this way, which caused the chain reaction of us needing to move De'Aaron Fox. Now you're going to bail out on us. But then again, this is business. And, Sabonis' agent could say, yeah, so, sorry, whammy, womp womp. We'll see how that works out. Tons of drama. It would be Keegan Murray. It would be Keegan Murray because it's the best combination to me of talent and contract. Some people might say Keon Ellis. Some people might say Devin Carter. And I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you, but I think Keegan Murray has the highest ceiling of all those players. I think Keegan Murray actually has arguably the highest ceiling on the entire squad. Whether or not he gets there or not remains to be seen. And they still have him. They have him next year at $11 million, the following year at $14.5 on a team option. So it's incredibly workable, and that gives them 2 more years to really make a decision on him and or trade him at a low value. For me, it'd be Keegan.
Yeah, I think he has the highest ceiling of the young players and what he could become. I think if you move DeRozan or Levine or if it was somehow both, and he was kind of put in the spot where he's either the number 1 or number 2 scorer, I think he would do even better. Not that I see him as the top 20 scorer in the league, but just more attempts. I think as he's attacked the basket more, a little more consistency with his 3-point shooting, all that stuff. He needs to work on taking guys off the dribble a little bit, but I still think as the way they're constructed, the one to build around is Sabonis. But I think this is also a little bit part of the bigger problem. Like, I think even if you say it's Keegan or even if you say it's Sabonis, it probably is still someone that's not here right now.
Oh, you're saying it's a future?
Yeah, because person? I don't think that's like if you're saying Sabonis is your number 1, I don't, unless you just get everything right around and you got this fit team that it all just like, man, that works. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's good enough to where they want to be.
Sure.
Same with Keegan, but if that's just what they've got. So those would be my answers too.
I would also say this, Jason, while we're talking, I don't want to say this is Keegan's ceiling, Because weirdly enough, offensively, I think his ceiling is higher. But I think it's okay to start comping him to Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
And I'm looking at them right now. Look, Bridges has him by like 5 points a game in points per game. That's significant. Keegan's got him doubled in rebounds. Bridges has double his assists at 3.7. They have the same amount of steals and blocks. Actually, Keegan's doubled him in blocks, but it's 1 to a half. And then when you look at their efficiencies, Bridges is more efficient, 49 to 44. 3-point, 35 to 35 is tied. Keegan has him by 2 points in free throw percentage, and they're pretty even across the board the rest of the way. That Bridges is clearly the better player, and that's not even counting defense. I don't think Keegan in year 3 is that far behind him. Bridges just got 4 first-round draft picks in that trade.
Yeah.
I think right now I'd be comfortable saying that Keegan Murray is a diet Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, and I guess that's the good example of where Bridges, I don't think is the number one. Now, in Brooklyn, he was number one on a bad team. But, yeah, I think surrounded around Brunson and Cat and other guys, now that looks good.
And that's where Keegan is going to thrive, too. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Will tonight be the last time the Kings are favored until the final game of the season versus Phoenix?
Yeah, I think it will be. Let's just go through it real quick. They're obviously favored tonight. We said earlier, 11.5 over Charlotte. They will not be favored in Cleveland, shockingly. They won't be favored in Detroit. Now, the only caveat over these next two, Jason Ross, is we don't know as of yet what type of teams at that point of the season Denver and the Clippers will be fielding.
Yeah, Denver's the one to watch to me because Denver the other day did not play Jokic and Murray.
Right.
If we know going in, I think that line's really close.
It's incredibly interesting they didn't either because right now they currently they have a half-game lead over the Lakers. Yeah. They've lost 2 in a row. The Lakers lost last night. They're fighting for that 3. And as of right now, it would be Nuggets versus Grizzlies. You have to wonder if the Nuggets and Lakers are positioning themselves. Nobody wants to face the Warriors in the first round. And as of right now, it's Lakers Warriors in the first round. It would really surprise me if that's how it ended up being. And I guarantee you the NBA doesn't want that. You do not want, arguably, no, I don't even think arguably, the 2 most watchable, nationally highest rated teams in the Western Conference playing in the first round.
Yeah, you'd have them in a series. That's the positive.
Yes.
Negative is you're losing one in the first round.
For the rest of the postseason, you've got either LeBron and Luca and friends gone and the Laker market, or you've got Steph and all those guys gone too. They don't want that at all. So yes, barring some sort of weird everybody sitting out thing, tonight will be the last night they're favored until they play Phoenix. We will take a quick 2-minute break. Jason's going to give us an update on overhead. When we come back, we'll go around the NBA from last night. We'll take a look at the standings as well, update you on where the Kings are, and we're having some great games this week. A huge game out of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Record-setting, by the way. We'll tell you next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com.
All right, let me tell you about my friends at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Make sure you check out their website. Make sure you check out their showroom, which is right here in Sacramento, 6756 Franklin Boulevard. See all the different things they can provide for you. Now, we went to the showroom. We picked out our garage door that we wanted for our home, and it's been installed. It is there, and man, does it look good, right? So curb appeal is the first thing you see when you get a new garage door. Oftentimes, where your house is positioned is the first thing people see when they come up to your house. So curb appeal is one of the things that will jump right out when you get a brand new door from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Also, when you're making an investment, when you're working on a home improvement, how about getting return on investment? Well, it ranks very high on getting a new garage door. It is one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase your home value. So these are what's in play. Also, you're working with a terrific company that's been a titan of the industry for years, 70-plus years in our area, in Sacramento and around, providing many, many great stories, memories, and home improvements or curb appeal for houses around the area, but also maybe businesses, residential, commercial. They supply it all. Maybe you just need a little tweak and a repair. They are here to help you as well. So, again, check out their website. Give them a call at 916 421-3747. Ask about the Sacktown Sports Special. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your boat, boat wins.
What are you going to do? Take the boat out for a spin or go mail something? Boat wins! Are we cleaning the patio or taking the boat out fishing? Boat wins! Are we skipping that eye exam to go sailing? Boat wins!
Rescheduling eye exams can be a nightmare.
All right, fine. Eye exam, then boat. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings on your boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen Report.
The mac and cheese. I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
We'll go around the NBA, and we'll get to Javier at 1-800-912-1140. You asked during the break, because today's Friday. I generally do, today's my reward meal.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
So what are you planning?
So, but the problem is that Wednesday, you asked me if usually it's Carl's or something like that.
Del Taco last week.
But I had Carl's on Wednesday because I got stuck here till 1.
So you've already had a day.
Yeah, but I forgot to tell you guys. Maybe this is normal now. I've never experienced. Have you been to a drive-through before? That's AI.
What?
No.
Okay, good. Because I was worried I'd bring it up and somebody'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's been that way for years." I roll into Carl's Jr. and it's like,
would you like to play a game?
I wish it was like that, but it was like a real sounding, though you could tell computer voice. It was like, "Hello, welcome to Carl's Jr." It was a female voice. Yeah. "Hello, welcome to Carl's Jr. I'm your AI assistant. How can I help you?"
Oh,
so check it out. Here's exactly what I said because I purposely wanted to see if it would work. This is my order. I'll take a number 1. That's the Superstar, the single patty with cheese. I'll take a number 1, no lettuce, no onion, large, root beer, fried zucchini instead of French fries. 2-second pause. Barely a pause. Okay, your total will be $15.46 at the window. And I pull up, right? I said, and the guy comes to the window, with the thing. "Hey, Dave," and I said, "Hey, would you just?"
Did you say, "Hey, Dave"?
No, he didn't. I know, but it is believable. I said, "Would you mind?" And he kind of started laughing. He goes, "Yeah, I'll read your order." He cut me. He knew it because we don't trust it yet.
Yeah. Right on.
It was perfect.
Okay.
$15.
Yeah, it was $15.
The only thing I think of, I've done where you pulled up and it might be, "Hello, welcome to Carl's Jr."
Yes.
And that's a recorded voice.
Yes.
And then it's some other, like,
no,
are you ready to order? I'm like, wait, who's this now?
Because you pull up and it goes, "Hello and welcome to Carl's Jr. Would you like to try our 2 Western bacon cheeseburgers for $6?" And you go, "No,
I need a second, please.
I'd like and then the guy comes on and goes, "Oh, thank you. Pull up to the first window."
Like, different guy.
Yes,
I've never done the AI thing.
Fully automated, and yes, $15 lot.
What was it? Burger.
Zucchini, that's So I went large. I went large because I wanted the large root beer and the large, but it's the fried zucchini. That's my weakness at Carl's Jr.
Wouldn't the fries still have been pretty much up there too? That's a lot.
I think I added like $3 or $3.50 onto it with the combination of going large and the fried zucchini. But still, that's what, 14, 13, 12. That's somewhere in the $11. Remember, it was like, tastes like a $6 burger.
Yeah, someone's got to pay for the AI.
Somebody's got,
and that's you.
That's the thing. But then again, the AI should be bringing it down because that's some guy in high school who just got booted out of his job. Yeah, the robots are taking
Someone
over.
posted the other day the McDonald's menu, like in the 90s, and they said this is what our moms were flipping out about paying for. It's like $3.99 for a double quarter pounder. It's like, oh my god,
I just wanted a Shamrock Shake.
Yeah, exactly. And I fully admit it's the $15 is not for the quality of food, although I do enjoy me a Carl's Jr. I could go to Bel Air or Winco on the way home, and I mean legitimately I could get a New York steak and take it home. It's I got it. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to let the dogs out. Then everyone's piling onto the bed, and I'm turning on West Wing reruns. I'm going to pound this and then fall asleep. It's
a good Friday.
That was a really terrible choice of words.
So today you got to make a choice.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's not going to be Carl's. It won't be Dell. It might be a Mickey D's because they got. I'm kind of addicted to this deal on the app right now. I can
Did our old boss give you all of his McDonald's points?
Trade.
He's got a ton too. I got 4,300 McDonald's points. I don't know what that gets me. I'm looking at the app right now. I get this.
You have the app?
Gives you an ice cream cone if it's working.
Hey, listen to me. You got to get the app. If you eat at McDonald's, we're doing a spot for them. If you eat at any of these places, honestly, I won't just stick to McDonald's. You get deals. Like there's legit deals going on. Like today, free double cheeseburger or a 6-piece chicken McNugget. That's the deal, man. You're not getting that normally. I have the Arby's app. That one doesn't help much.
I'm loving it.
I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly.
It just hit you?
It just hit me because somebody tweeted last night about which is better, Round Table or Mountain Mike's, and I was talking about how back in my day now it's like $40 for a pizza. I'm hitting the Round Table buffet because that's the trick. That's how you tweak it.
But you can't. You have to eat there, right?
That's the problem. I do have to.
You're not sitting there watching West Wing.
No, I hit that salad bar.
But you still can go home and sleep.
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home and sleep absolutely well. Javier, welcome in. Good morning,
Javier.
How you doing, Carmichael Dave?
Good.
Mr. Jason Ross.
Great.
I had a question, a trade proposal, because I know what you said yesterday or last week, rather, Mr. Ross said, Mr. Amick, about the full rebuild doesn't always go according to plan, based on just past experience with teams you're watching that trying to acquire somebody in the offseason, more practicality than winning. How would you guys feel about DeRozan this offseason? Obviously, Demar, DeRozan, Sabonis, and 2 to 3 first-round picks, and you call call Memphis, and you ask for John Morant, Brandon Clark, and obviously Filler, which unfortunately would probably be Marvin Bagley to make the salaries match. I think DeRozan would give them that element they need scoring-wise. Bane is a guy that they want to build around, and they're not comfortable paying John Morant that max. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. pairs really well with Sabonis in the interior. We get a guy like John Morant to pair with Keon and Keegan, along with Levine, obviously can't get out that contract. But the main thing I was going to ask is, would you pay a guy like, we were talking about yesterday, talking to Mr. Amos about a GM, Bob Myers, 10 to 12, 15 million a year to become the GM, and hire a guy like a Monty Williams who worked really well with Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton? Taylor Jacobs would be a great hire, but I don't know if he'd want to have John Morant in his locker room or vice versa if they were to make that deal. I just want to see what you guys thought, gentlemen, and let me know I'll be here. I appreciate you guys.
Wow, there's a lot in there.
Jeez.
So coach, GM, and 2 of your best players out for obviously talent too, for sure.
Let's go backwards. Bob Myers wouldn't be my first choice. By the way, he may be amazing, and there's a very good chance Bob Myers will be the GM of this team next year. Trust me right now. A very good chance.
Do you think he wants to? Not here, but to do it again?
I think probably he does. I say that with absolutely zero knowledge of what he wants to do, but generally you want to get back in. He's an ex-Warrior that always plays well here.
Yeah. Does any of that bother you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. It does.
Yep.
It really does.
I think it bothers people too.
It does bother me. Yeah. It really does. And it's not all logical.
Right.
The Warriors have done very, very well.
Yeah.
It's okay to siphon some of that. Why is it okay for me to say, well, Sam Presti, well, why would you want Bob Myers to
help build that championship?
Here's my problem with it. I don't know how much that was Bob Myers. Because Jerry West is the guy that was there also. And Jerry West has built 2.5 championship franchises in the Lakers, in the Warriors, and man, he had Memphis on the way. I don't know, but I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't want. I think Ja Morant's a phenomenal player. He scares me. You know, he made the finger gun gesture again last night. Now, we can argue all day long about whether or not that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But considering the issues he's had, blah, 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 and then the NBA came out and warned him about it, and then the very next night he does it. Like, what are we doing? I don't want that in the locker room. He's a hell of a player. And the idea is maybe he'd get some of that out of his system. But I don't know that that's necessarily the right move for you to make. So Monty Williams, I don't have an issue with that. I have a lot of respect for Monty Williams, but boy, it ended, and by the way, Ja Morant's making 40, 42, and 45 over the next 3 years as well.
It's funny that he said that about putting Sabonis with Jaren Jackson Jr. in Memphis. All along, I think if I could pick one player in this league, like realistic player, that I think he would be perfect on the Kings.
Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Yes, because he's a big, he's athletic, he defends. He's not a great rebounder. His weaknesses are Sabonis' strengths, and Sabonis could still have the paint, but defensively, you could have Jackson guard a lot of guys. I think he would help this team a ton, but pairing him and putting him in Memphis would help them a ton, yeah.
Lastly, my last point on Morant, too. He is now in his 6th season. He's averaged 50 games a year.
Wow.
Yeah, 50. Now, that's going to go up a tiny bit because there's still 6 games left, but 51, that's not great. We'll take a break. But by the way, Javier, that wasn't like a dumb call with dumb ideas.
No,
I can see the logic and everything.
Yeah.
There's most of that I wouldn't do. We'll take a break. When we return, the Final Four resumes. Hey, I had right here Ja Morant and the finger guns, but we just talked about that. PGA says no to the live offer, the latest one, and we'll get to that Giannis story from last night next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Jason Ross here to tell you about Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez's law team right here in downtown Sacramento. And his case preparation over the years and aggressive overall approach has resulted in life-changing, impactful results for thousands of clients. You could be one as well, because we know everyone has had a past. But what happens if you made some mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you around? You'd like to get some of your rights back. Well, an attorney can help with that, and that's why I'm telling you about Jonathan Gonzalez, who has specialized in expungements, but also sexual harassment cases, criminal defense, wrongful termination cases, auto accidents. He is here to help. He is hit local. He won't settle for less, and neither should you. So again, 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Morning to get your sports fix. Live and vocal. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
A couple of things that caught my eye. Number one, this is just a random, fun, silly fact. So Justin Verlander pitching for the Giants this year, right? You know, he's older than Tim Lincecum.
Oh, wow. That's actually kind of funny.
Isn't that kind of funny? He's older than Tim Lincecum.
What's Tim Lincecum doing now?
He's probably smoking a bunch of weed, playing guitar. That's Barry Zito.
No, it might be
Tim Lincecum too.
Answer.
Yeah, he's a Washington guy. Yeah, probably. I'll tell you what he's doing. I'll bet you he's living his best life, whatever it may be.
Front row of life.
Front row of life. Also, I don't know what to do with this, and there's some people that have been wanting it to be mentioned. Did you happen to see the picture from last night's Lakers game?
I don't. Is this on social media?
Yeah, it's on social media. Warriors at Lakers, and
or maybe I did, and I'm not.
The picture from a couple of fans in the crowd. No. It's Vlad Divac sitting next to Sasha Doncic, Luca's dad, and they're smiling and taking a selfie. I don't know how to feel. Like I will tell you, on the surface, I'm like, really, really. It's like people putting out that they keep putting the video out of I don't know what the hell dance it is, but the video of Vivek dancing with Anjali every time we lose, right? I see that video of them doing their dance, and they're obviously mocking it. And like on one hand, I'm like, God, that's so lame. But then like I wake up and I'm like, he's dancing with his daughter. I don't care. Fix the team. Why do I care? The dad dancing with his daughter. What are we doing here? I don't care. And then on this, I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Take the picture. But then there's a part of me that goes, okay, first off, can that now officially kill the whole Vlade and Luca's dad don't get along thing that's somehow lasted forever? Secondly, it's two guys that used to play together that have known each other since they were teenagers that are sitting in a game and they took a picture together. It doesn't mean that Vlade is middle fingering the world. It's just, it's his old friend that happens to have some very weird circumstances surrounding it.
What if we could go back in time? And obviously we know the Kings misdrafted there. Mm-hmm. But if the thing would play out differently and they took Luca, but the only way this would work is you took Luca, but you also had to have the Dallas equivalent trade of Luca. Which I still don't think is as terrible as a lot of people think, but most people hate it.
This is like the 1-0 versus 35.
Yeah. So, but you had to give him. Yeah, he had to go to the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know this. I know that
the previous
7
years, 6 years
would be far more fun.
Yeah.
But I can pretty much guarantee at this, you know what? I'll tell you exactly what I think would happen. I will tell you that as far as I know, I think the previous 7 years would be a blast. I also think had we traded Luca after having him for 7 years for what that was and what was going on in Dallas is going on here, I don't think I'd be in this job right now. I think I'd be leading a sell the team chant outside of I'd resign and I'd go lead get the brigade together again to try to, get all the generals back and
just drive the RV around the arena.
Yeah, constantly just driving it around. Oh, there's no way to park in downtown. I'd
another one way.
Right. I'd be spray painting Piglet, whatever the hell that thing is. Okay.
Good to know.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do with that, guys. Look, if Vlade tweeting out a picture of him and Luka Doncic's dad at a Laker game, which, by the way, Vlade played for the Lakers. If that upsets you, twice. If that upsets you, I get it. And if it doesn't upset you, I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with you feeling however you want to feel about that.
How do you feel?
How do you feel? Last night, by the way, one note, Bucks beat the Sixers 126-113. Giannis Antetokounmpo, not the proper pronunciation, 35 points, 17 rebounds, 20 assists. First time that line's ever been put up in NBA history. Really?
Why isn't he the MVP?
He will finish third, but he for sure is having a wonderful season. Throw a couple steals in there as well. That was in 39 minutes. I will say the two most impressive things about the 35 and 17 is impressive, but that's Giannis. He'll do that on any given night. 20 assists.
Yeah, that I just didn't think. Not that I didn't think. Well, yeah, I didn't think he could do that. Not many people have ever done that.
Considering it's Giannis Antetokounmpo, which actually blows you away more. 20 assists. He was also 10 of 11 from the line.
It's pretty good.
And he hit his only three.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just one of those.
A really weird night.
The three in the key on Boomer and Scorch in the morning in Milwaukee. Somebody probably said Giannis is going to hit a three. Well, I was probably Boomer.
Yeah.
What a game.
Yeah.
What a game. The Final Four is ready to go tonight. Florida, Auburn, Houston, Duke. What did I say tonight?
Yeah.
Sorry, tomorrow. 309 CBS has your coverage. 309 CBS. 549 for Houston and Duke. I would just say this. I don't know what the rules are. This is just me personally. I would tell you if I was leading my bracket right now, if I was in a position to win, I would almost apologetically, like if someone's like, hey, you're winning the bracket, I'd be like, yeah, sorry. Like,
no, but it'd be on the strength of that upset you picked in the first round.
That's
or that one team you got to the second round that nobody else did.
That's what I would
irrelevant
push.
Now.
Because we're sitting on 4-1 seeds, dude. So if you're the person that has your Final Four all intact and you have Duke and Florida in the championship and you have Duke winning, like, congratulations. You AI'd a bracket. Like, don't feel good, but let's keep the bragging. And I'm one of those guys, by the way, except Florida over Duke. Ain't gonna brag.
You had
about
4 1s?
I have all 4 1s. Okay. Yeah, I did.
Is.
And I am, there is no bragging about it.
Let me check mine because I know I don't have 4 1s, but I have I had 2 1s. So I have 2 of them in.
Okay, and you took a bigger chance. Now you were wrong on 2 of them, but you had that happened, you'd have some bragging. I just don't think having all 4 1s is braggable.
I had on the left side of the bracket instead of Auburn, I had Iowa State. They went out early. Why I picked them? No idea. Iowa State, Florida, and Alabama, Houston.
Alabama.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say that. Look,
it's not good.
From the text line, can you guys tell me what this means? Dave, you can keep trying to rewrite history and spin the narrative. At the end of the day, Vlade didn't draft Luca.
Oh.
So you can keep selling us this idea of Vlade and his dad are friends. It doesn't matter. I am so confused. Am I trying to say the Kings did draft Luca?
I don't know. No, I think it's more about saying his dad are
They
friends.
are. What am I rewriting?
You're selling it.
What am I selling? I've said from when the whole story came out that they weren't friends. He showed me his phone. I read the texts that day.
Wait, they are or they aren't friends?
They are friends.
Oh.
They've always been friends. There was that whole story about how they didn't like each other, and that's why he didn't draft Luca. And that story was total garbage. And I said it at the time. And then I said about the phone. And now they're sitting together, which would further bury that. I don't know what I'm selling other than rewriting. I'm speaking history, and there's nothing to sell. He didn't draft Luca. I wish he drafted Luca. I don't. You think I'm saying that because they were friends, that's why he did? I don't. I mean, I
mean, if the Kings did draft Luca, they could have Anthony Davis right now.
Kings drafted Luca, a lot would be different
because they could have Max Christie and Doug Christie. That's his son, right?
Still kind of weird that they're not related. I feel like they should be related. We'll take a break. When we come back, all right, let's get into it. How do you want this Kings season to end? You can use your magic NBA fingers, and you can play out exactly how you want.
Championship.
Yeah, and I have questions for you, Jason, because you wrote that question. I do have a very key question for you. I think I know the answer to, and then we'll get into that. You can weigh in at 1-800-912-1140. Second half of the program next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
As seen on Crazy Rich Asians, Silicon Valley, and more, it's Jimmy O. Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
She was like, babe, what's your love language? I'm like, what? A love language could be words of affirmation. I was raised by Asian parents. Their love language was verbal abuse.
Saturday, April 12th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss them, Sacramento. Jimmy O. Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The word "for" has been used in golf for centuries, and its origins can be traced to the Middle Ages. According to historians, the word "for" is derived from the Old English word meaning before or in front of. In those days, the term was used to warn people of incoming arrows during archery practice. Another theory suggests that "for" has military connections. During the 19th century, artillery officers would yell "for" to warn their troops of incoming shells. This practice may have carried over to golf. The most popular theory, however, is that "for" has Scottish roots. In Scotland, "forecaddy" was used to describe a person who walked ahead of the golfers to spot where their ball landed. The forecaddy would then yell "for" to warn the golfers if their ball was heading towards another golfer or a spectator. Today, "for" is used to warn golfers or spectators of an errant shot. Whether it's derived from the Middle Ages, military practice, or Scottish roots, "for" has become an integral part of the game of golf, and now you know why. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Sacramento Kings basketball.
Hula hoop, two-hand throwdown by Keegan Murray. The run to the playoffs.
Over-the-shoulder pass is a super room service setup for Domantas Sabonis.
On Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hi. Hey, perfect timing.
Yes.
Jason and I were in a very deep conversation during the break about Hall of Famers.
Yes.
As a matter of fact. Welcome back. Second half. Already.
Flying by.
Big weekend plans?
Well, a couple of Kings games.
Oh.
Yeah. Today and Sunday.
From the 916, paging Mark Jackson. No.
You don't want him?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, God. Is that what's going to happen? Is it going to be Bob Myers and Mark Jackson?
Don't know.
You know what? Screw it.
If they won, you wouldn't care.
If it was Bob Myers and Mark Jackson, you know who? I can tell you exactly what movie character I would be. It just popped into my head. I will tell you exactly the movie character, and I will tell you exactly the scene. I would be Rene Russo at that point. Roy McAvoy has just launched his 9th ball into the water or whatever it was, and he has one ball left, and she just starts laughing from the crowd.
Do it.
You know what, Roy? Screw it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Don't listen.
Great movie.
Just wonderful movie.
Very rewatchable.
One of the most rewatchable sports movies of all time.
And earlier we were talking Miami Vice. I was like, I love Don Johnson in that movie.
Oh, he was, nice part, David.
Yeah. And then when he hits the ball down the street that just goes the farther drive.
Yes, and he's driving away in the what was it, the pink caddy?
Yeah, or whatever it was.
That's and you know what? The music and that the soundtrack, not the songs, just what's the music in a movie that's not the song, but the
score?
Thank you. The score. Thank you. The score of that movie. Just so
plus Cheech is in it.
Cheech is wonderful. Romeo.
Yeah. Rome's.
Such a wonderful
one of my favorites, actually.
Honestly, I'm with you. It is my favorite golf movie of all time.
Wait.
Well, what would
Happy Gilmore?
Legend of Bagger Vance.
No, I like it better than.
I like Legend of Bagger Vance. Of
course you do.
And I get it, and I know what you're thinking, and I acknowledge it. But I did enjoy that movie.
The greatest game ever played.
I like this better because it's a little bit funny. It's funny, But there's a nice plot. It's good.
There's a good plot.
Caddyshack 2.
Ooh, Caddyshack though. You know what?
Different. No,
different.
I'll take 10 Cup. I'll stand on that.
I'm also going to say this. Caddyshack.
Yep.
It was good.
Another one of those where I saw it as a kid, loved it, nostalgia, and I was like telling my wife, "You got to watch this," and she was like, "This is dumb."
And
she had never seen it till probably 10 years ago.
It's fine. It's a funny movie.
If you just watch the clips, it's a great movie.
I just don't. Okay. It's not as great. Like right now, there are people listening, I promise you, that are triggered by what we're saying. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying it's criminally overrated. Right. I'm saying I think it is a little overrated. It's a That's good fair. Movie.
Yeah. It was the first.
It was. And I think for people of a certain age, a little older than us, they're like, yeah, I grew up on that. Was one of the funniest. Yeah, I get it. It's like Stripes. Stripes is a great movie. Yes. Was it one of the funniest? No, it's a great movie.
Like Major League.
What?
It's just like Major League.
No, it's not. Don't you even go.
Oh.
Yeah.
We found the
that
tipping point.
Major League is baseball's tin cup, except funnier. Funnier, but not as serious.
Wait, didn't you tell me that Avery and Mason watch Major League?
No, they haven't, and I
don't think they're gonna love it.
I
show them Major League 2.
I would. You know what? I'll allow for this. I think Major League is my generation's Caddyshack in the following sense: that yes, kind of where you're going. That people watching it now, like my wife and kids watch it, they're like, it was fine, and I'm like, well, hats for bats, keep bats warm. But whereas, like, Grandpa's like, oh, the Gopher.
Yeah.
Judge
because
Smalls.
You know the lines, you've used the lines. Right. This is the greatest. It's nostalgia, takes you to a place.
Yeah. And like, is it funny when the guy goes rat farts and gets, hit by lightning? Yes, it is.
All right. Spalding.
By the way, Legend of Bagger Vance. I'm going to be perfectly honest here. Good movie. I enjoyed it. It's fine. It's got problems. I understand it. I'm a Charlize Theron guy. I'm a sucker for Charlize Theron, and what was the Al Pacino, Keanu Reeves one? The Devil's
Advocate.
Yeah,
I love the Devil's Advocate.
Peak of her powers. I love the Devil's Advocate, but also
it's terrible.
Stop. Reset. Coach is in it.
I love Keanu.
That's Donald Trump.
Wait, who is
Coach?
Yeah. Wait,
Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Hey. Wait, Wait.
That name,
and he plays like a Donald Trump character.
That's right.
That name's going to come up later today.
Right. Oh, Craig T. Nelson. Mm-hmm. That's right. He was the gross guy. Speaking of gross guys, wasn't Principal Rooney in it too?
Yes.
Yeah, he got hit by the
Now you want to talk about a comedy?
I forgot all about. And that was one of the peaks of that was when Keanu Reeves was still trying. I love Keanu Reeves. But also, that was like the peak of you're the devil, dude. Like,
he was still Bill.
You're still Bill. Or
I'm the devil.
I think Al Pacino took a paycheck on that one. But very watchable movie. Anyways, I would be Rene Russo in Tin Cup if the Kings decided to do that. When you ask how would you like this King season to end?
Yeah.
I'm assuming I can't say I'd like them to make the play-in and shock the world and win a championship. Because that's how I'd like the King season.
Sure.
You want it to be realistic.
Somewhat realistic, yeah. So you can make your pick.
How do I personally, not saying anyone else has to feel this way, it's my world and I'm not pushing it. And this is how I would want to rip the Band-Aid off. I don't want anyone in this organization to have any confidence or false confidence in this team going into the summer. How do I want this season to end? I would rather them not win another game. I would rather them lose out. I'd rather them lose in the play-in by 50 and be absolutely embarrassed and have us all being like, they all quit. Not because I enjoy seeing the Kings lose, not because I'm a doomer or love to live in depression. No, I would watch every minute of every game and I would still be pissed off. But I would have to say to myself, ultimately, what would happen there? You would hope that would lead to a lot of soul searching within the organization. What we're doing is not working. This is not going to work. We need wholesale changes. We've got to clear the board. Two casualties of that I really enjoy would almost certainly be Monty McNair and Doug Christie. I get it. And I know there's some people out there right now going, you really enjoy them. No, I actually, not only do I think they're great people, but I also think they're talented people. I don't know if they're the right people. And hopefully, more than anything, it would cause anyone above the general manager. And I'm not just talking about Vivek. I'm talking about everybody in the, every minority, anybody who has any say. Well, the minority owners don't have any say, but anybody who has any say to go, you know what? We've been trying it our way. It's not working. We're going to go get the best basketball mind we can find. Who is the living Jerry West right now? And we're going to bring them in to completely overhaul the organization, which I would hope would lead to, with some pain in the interim, an eventual overhaul of the franchise from a culture standpoint, from a relationship standpoint, with agents, with players, with coaches. A new sheriff is in town. The Kings aren't what they were. This is a new franchise, and we get there at some point.
So the ripping of the Band-Aid is missing the plan.
Missing it all.
Okay.
Not just ending this season as terribly as you possibly could without injuries.
Right. I'm going to give my thought is some realism, I think, with a splash of optimism.
Okay.
Because that's just in my nature.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I want the season to end as it did last year. We were in this spot last year. I think a lot of people forget. Kings had a top 14 protected pick.
That's right.
They made the play-in. They beat the Warriors. That was a pretty great night.
That was awesome. I was there. That was great.
There was hope.
Yes.
Going to New Orleans. You were there.
I
was there. It's like, hey, if you win, you're an 8 seed. You go to OKC. They lost. Depressing. It ended. We kept our pick. Like the silver lining in there was, hey, they're still picking 13th. Okay. It was top 14 protected. They did it. I would like to see something similar to that this year. I think a little bit of a reward is making the play-in. I'll even give them a game because there's my little splash of optimism.
So they beat Dallas.
Sure.
Okay.
Be nice if it was at home, just to give the home fans a.
I agree with that.
So I'm giving a little bit of a push here, so some optimism. But it lays out where they're top 12, which is still very possible. They don't make it. And just enough teams around them, they've lost enough or haven't thrived enough. Maybe a Miami surprises Orlando and moves Orlando into a non-playoff team, but they've got a better record than the Kings. And all of a sudden the Kings are 12th. And then if we go super optimistic, somehow they get in the top 4. That's probably going too far. But I would like a little bit of a treat, even though that's not much, but keeping the pick too. So it's kind of, I'm trying to thread the needle on both.
Sure.
But I'm not going like, hey, 2 wins. Get in the playoffs, ultimately probably losing 4 or 5 to the Thunder. I don't think they've got it in them. I don't. So I think that's kind of realistic with a little hope of keeping the pick as well.
You're kind of tweaking me a little bit with the whole beating the Warriors last year because ultimately that didn't mean anything.
No, but that day was great.
That day is maybe a top 5 day.
Also because we end up being wrong at the time because we thought we ended the Warriors as we know it. Well, we kind of didn't. We thought we did. Yeah. Well, Clay's gone, and he did, and then they were having a tough season. The Jimmy Butler thing changed it for him.
I enjoyed the ride home from that game at Golden One Center.
That was great.
A lot more than I enjoyed the flight home from New Orleans after that game. It's the only time I've ever been in. I literally walked the streets of New Orleans after that game. Aimlessly. I walked all the way. We were staying in, near the French Quarter on Frenchman Street. I walked from Smoothie King to French. It's a good walk. It's a good walk.
It's a good walk.
Yeah, and I just hands in pockets.
What were you doing with your bedazzled hat?
I honestly took it off, and I had a bag because I went by. I forgot to get. I always try to get Kings beads out there.
Oh yeah,
with the logo on it. So I went to a place and I put it in the bag, and I was just doing the whole
walk of shame.
It's actually kind of a chilly night there too, if I remember correctly. Okay. Yeah. Then that Major League song came on that's all depressing. Woke up one day. What did I shout out Bill Withers? Wait, was that Bill Withers? No, it was Bill Medley. Hey, good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, but what I'd like to see for the Kings, and this is going to be a bit funny. I want to see, like you said, the Kings lose out the rest of the year. And then I want them to look for a new coach and be like, there's this really good head coach, Mike Brown, out there. Maybe he could turn things around for us. and we go sign him in the offseason again.
I mean,
I want them to admit their mistake on Mike Brown, basically.
Ashley, did you think firing Mike Brown was a mistake after the Detroit game?
I did, personally.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, look, you're being honest. I guess.
Because, and as much as I love Doug, the reason why I say it was a mistake is you don't fire a coach who was coach of the year as recently as he was. And if we were planning on getting rid of De'Aaron, then we should have kept Mike Brown. If we were going to keep De'Aaron, we should have kept Mike Brown. If we're going Sabonis, then sure, it's the right way. But if he's already wanting out, then what's it for?
Yeah, I don't. I hear you, Ashley. I do. I don't like the revisionist history. And if you're somebody like Ashley that's like, yeah, I didn't want him fired at the time, then good for you. God bless you. I do see a lot of revisionist history out there about Mike Brown. There was about 90% of this fan base, including myself. And I said it at the time. Mike Brown's a good coach. He's collateral damage here, but he had to go. Something had to happen. And if you were going to hold on to Mike Brown, then you probably had to trade Domantas Sabonis. That was not working at all. It just hasn't worked at all since. Other than right after. That was fun. That was a good, fun stretch.
It was great.
That was a great stretch. Most fun stretch of the season, I would say, Jason. We'll take a break when we come back. Just a 1-minute break here. Can the Kings break that road losing streak today in Charlotte? We'll get to around the NBA and standings watch. We got a little baseball coming up as well. And Brendon Nunes at 9 a.m. Still got another couple hours of the program. Don't go away. We're right back.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back to the chat. Yes, every bone in my body would love to talk about the market and tariffs right now, but also no way to have that conversation without everybody getting angry. It's not that you don't have a right to talk about it. Just please don't talk about it here. Nobody would like to talk about it more than me. Because no offense or disrespect, but looks like Avery's going to American River College. Let's go Beavers. I'm getting shellacked, as many of you are too. But again, we're not trying to trigger people. Let's just all calm down and have some ice cream. Can the Kings break that road losing streak tonight? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, back to you.
They haven't won on the road since Dallas March 3rd. And Jason, you wrote this down. And when I read it, no joke, I read it at like 4 a.m. this morning, whenever you wrote it. And I had like a mug of coffee. I'm reading the, as I always do on my phone, morning, I'm kind of half awake. And I looked at it and I went, that's not right. I literally went to, because you don't make, okay, I mean, you make like 4 mistakes a year. And usually it's autocorrect.
Was this one?
No.
Oh.
But I looked. I went, that can't be right. And I literally went to their schedule. Nope, that's right. They haven't won on the stinking road since Dallas.
Yeah, so Nuggets, Clippers, Warriors, Suns, Magic, Pacers, Wizards. And I would say the Clippers game obviously was the final shot. This game the other day was close. A lot of those, though, were not so close. Pacers was okay, too.
Yeah, but,
But some of those were some woofs.
There were some woofs.
Warriors, Suns. Yeah. Magic.
Once upon a time, the Kings were
not so bad on the road, huh?
Yeah. They were better on the road than they were at home.
Yeah. But, hey, last time they played Charlotte?
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
130-88.
Right.
Do you remember that game where Zach LaVine scored 42 points?
Nope. I mean, I do, but no.
He was on a heater.
130-88. And maybe my favorite thing was they held the Hornets to 35% shooting.
So 88's their low for an opponent. Best defensive game, 35%. And then they scored as well. It was just perfect combination, easy win.
Yeah, I would like to see that again tonight.
Yes.
And by the way, here's the other thing with Zach LaVine too. It's really, this is small in the big scheme. I acknowledge, and I don't think annoying is the right word to use. I don't know what the proper term is, but it sucks trying to cover Zach LaVine right now because I don't know what's going on in his life. And obviously, again, what's going on in Zach LaVine's life is I'm trying to be a good guy here. Like, that's more important than any of this. But I don't know whether Zach LaVine is just being inconsistent and struggling and lame, or if he's going through hell off the court, something off the court, which we had mentioned before, and it's still going on. And at some point, I just don't want to lay into Zach LaVine like we would lay into De'Aaron or Sabonis or anybody else who was slumping at times. I don't want to do that and then find out in July, yeah, guys, I was dealing with XYZ PDQ. Right. I don't want to be that guy. It's he's dealing with something.
That's fair, but also I would then say, look, if I don't think he's playing to his typical level. We haven't seen a lot of it in Sacramento, but we've seen like this 42-point game, and no one's asking for that every night, but he's been better than this. He's had a really good season overall, counting Chicago. So if there is something else, I mean, he did miss a game earlier for personal reasons. Would you be better off missing some games if that's really something that's hurting you that / might be hurting the team? And I don't know the answer. I'm not saying that's where it is, or it could be to what you first said. Maybe he's just not playing well.
And it's right. And
if that's the case, then that feels more fair criticism.
That's where the line always is. Like, we have jobs to do, they have jobs to do. We go in on somebody. It's never personal. Like, dude, that guy sucks. He shouldn't be on the floor. Blah, blah, blah. Might be the greatest guy in the world, and I mean nothing personal by it. What was it? It was, and there's often some confusion about this. The other day I was saying that this to me might be the most angered I've ever been during a Kings season. Like arguably the worst because of the expectation, because of the talent. And more than a couple people, not a ton, but more than a couple people were like, the Ricky Berry year was worse, or the Bobby Hurley year was worse. And I just stopped down and said, or going through what Tizzy went through. And no, of course, that's not what we're talking about here. I'm never going to compare losing a stupid basketball game to the tragedies that we just mentioned. That is real life. It's like when we say we hated Kobe Bryant. It's a sports hate. It's a real world, different story.
Yeah. And some of those years that were bad, like the 17-win season.
Yeah.
I don't know what the over-under, maybe it's 25. Like, they were supposed to be bad.
That's what you were supposed to do, and you expected it.
Was supposed to be a team, I'm not saying threatened, but their own goals organizationally was to get out of the first round, right? We wanted to see them. People said they thought they could be a playoff team and see if they could make some noise and get into the second round. They're far from that now.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing. They've underachieved.
And that's why when somebody says, hold on a second, how could you possibly hate this year more than a 17-win year. The team's going to be around 40 wins, which used to be a benchmark. They're going to a postseason game almost certainly. We have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Domantas Sabonis, possibly 3 Hall of Famers on that. Possibly 3 Hall of Famers, certainly 2 on this team. How could, well, easily, because as you said, we knew the 17-win team was going to suck, and hindsight's 2020, but there was some hope there. We have some young players that might develop. We're going to get a great draft pick. We're watching more college basketball. We're excited about Vegas Summer League. Let's be honest. It's not just, the fallout, which is nowhere near the top of priority here, Jason, but one thing that would really stink about losing the pick this year is it's another really boring summer, like Summer League, all that. I like looking at Summer League going, am I wrong? Was Davion the last time we experienced that? We traded the pick for the Rashawn Holmes thing the following year. Devin Carter didn't play because he had the shoulder thing. Am I missing a year?
I don't think so.
I don't think I am. And that wasn't the Davion year, the year didn't they win it that year? Summer League. So yeah, seeing Davion Mitchell win at Baylor, we draft him, then he wins it, then the team wins Summer League. That gives you some hope. And now this summer, it's like, go see, Javier Terry from Great Western State, who we got in the second round play. Well, okay, maybe Javier is great.
Good second jump.
Really good second. By the way, speaking of Javier and second jumps, did you notice when he made that fake trade, he included Marvin Bagley in it too?
Just for salaries.
We'll take a break. When we return, let's go around the NBA. We'll check out standings watch and more. We'll get some things we didn't get to, including a game winner for somebody Javier wants on the Sacramento team. We'll do it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Northwest Exteriors.
I'm Dirk Fedorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and a fine day today. This morning starting off cool, but we'll be warming into the 70s by later on this afternoon with a forecast high in Sacramento of 74 degrees with north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Northwest Exteriors wants to keep you cool all season long. Trusted in Sacramento for heating and cooling systems. Book your tune-up today as part of our 30th anniversary special. Call 888-TRUST-NW or visit trustnorthwest.com.
Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
At SMUD, we power business with incentives, strategic account advisors, 50% lower rates, and clean energy solutions. We help businesses thrive. That's our clean power promise. Learn more at smud.org.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Fest and State Barbecue Championship is on Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. There will be something for everyone. Craft beers from over 50 breweries, live music, outrageous food, games, plus taste barbecue from world-class barbecue teams. For tickets and more information, go to grapefestival.com. Must be 21 years of age or older to attend. The Lodi Beer Fest, where great brews meet legendary cues. Saturday, April 26th in Lodi.
The hot weather is coming. Is your HVAC system ready for it? Let Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating make sure it is. Get to Lee'sAirPlumbingAndHeating.com. Check out their $99 HVAC tune-up special. And let me tell you why Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating is the way to go. They took care of me when our heater collapsed over the winter, and Lee's set us up with a great new HVAC system that is providing comfort, value, and quality. Let Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating take care of you. License number 635355.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
It's a Megadeth Friday. Welcome back.
Well, actually, to be fair,
shout out to my little girl right now who had to be taken to her high school parking lot this morning at 2:30 a.m. by her mother. For set the screen. Her final, I think she's been to Disneyland with her band or choir 17 times in the last 2 years. But yeah, they bust down.
Oh man, I'm out of cash.
Tell me about it. They bust down, BUSSED. Left at 3 a.m.
They're bussing.
Well, they're like 11.
Yeah.
11.
And then they got
just one full day and back.
So they have a thing today, a thing tonight, stay the night, and then leave. They'll be back sometime Sunday. Oh, so I guess they have two. That's right. I know there's like prison in El Salvador or somewhere working some mine somewhere, but like that's a terrible can you, because there's parents on those trips and I truly admire them. Like I do the volunteer stuff or the donate or whatever. That's the one thing. There's actually, they have to, and I asked once because I felt bad because I've never chaperoned a trip. And I asked once about this trip, like, do you guys have trouble finding chaperones? Because I was feeling a little guilty about not doing my part. And the teacher's always like, no, we actually have to turn parents. Like we have parents sometimes that make the trip on their own. They'll fly down and then be there. Like we don't have the room. So I don't feel bad. But can you imagine being on that? You're on a bus at 3 a.m. They're not sleeping. They're teenagers.
Right.
They're flicking boogers and doing stupid stuff. And it's like the scene in Airplane when they said they had no pilots and everyone's freaking out. Well, minus that one thing.
Yeah.
Someone's carrying a tire iron. I don't want any part of that, dude.
Follow me to freedom.
That's exactly what it is.
It's Charlie Steiner.
That's Charlie Steiner, who had the best Sports Center. To me, MVP of all the sports. Charlie, come get your whooping. All Vander. John Morant hit the game winner last night for the Memphis Grizzlies. And that's who Javier wants on this team. I see where he was going. I understand it. Look, John Morant is not a bad basketball player at all. I just don't know that this is the franchise that, you know, it's like Jimmy Butler, but different. I don't know. I don't know that this is the right franchise for him, but he's very good at basketball.
Now Morant with 8 seconds, 7 seconds, didn't hurt him. Joel Ware on Morant, 3 seconds. Morant into the paint, steps in, steps back, fade away at the buzzer. It rattles around and goes down. Ja Morant will send the Grizzlies off to Detroit with a last-second victory.
Great. No.
Was that added on to the broadcast? That was weird. Dave? We lose you? And that is your Jiffy Lube drive of the game.
Great play. Really bad play-by-play call, though. I don't know who it was, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but
I don't know who that guy is.
Really bad. We have one more Memphis highlighted here. It's another Ja Morant one. Who is this guy?
Morant had a great start to the quarter. He had 10 points in about 5 minutes. He comes in the lane, draws contact, floats it up, gets the bucket, and he'll get one more. Ja Morant with 12 in the quarter, looking for 13.
No, don't. That was. I'm the one that gets the letters.
When was the last one you got?
Like 6th grade. I got a Happy News telegram from Mrs. Emanuel's.
Oh,
I didn't. Yeah, I slapped a guy named Tom earlier in the week at soccer, and then I didn't get any trouble the rest of the week. I got a Happy News telegram. My mom had it on the fridge until like 5 years ago, I think. That's what they called them for derelict kids like me that always got in trouble, and then like you didn't get in trouble for a day, and they tried to give you positive reinforcement. Here's a Happy News telegram. Had a little star, gold. No, that was not. For the record, I did not approve of that sound clip. Warriors beat the Lakers.
They did last night. First time they beat them this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Warriors beat the Lakers.
How did Luca do?
Well, we know how his dad did, right? He was having fun with old Vlad.
Yeah.
Sitting in the stands.
Broke a streak of missing or making a 3 in every game.
Oh, yeah. He's a big boy. Lou Vlade?
Luca.
Oh, Luca. Yeah, Luca Doncic was 0-6. Was 7-7 from the line, though. Good for him. 19-8-7 with a block. LeBron James, 33 points. Austin Reeves, 31 points. Hey, Austin Reeves has really developed into a great player. He's really, really developed into a wonderful
He's in a good spot, right? There's so much on LeBron and Luca, and he can just kind of go in there and
Austin
do
Reeves.
his thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Rui Hachimura with 24. That was another sneaky good pickup for the Lakers, but it wasn't enough because Steph Curry with 37 points. What is it? 40 is the new 20 or whatever. Yeah, Steph Curry's sitting at 37 years old. In fact, he'll be 38. No, he just turned 37. Excuse me. And LeBron James is 40.
Isn't it amazing these two are still playing at this level?
Playing at this level. At this level. They combined last night for 70 points on 20 of 36. What the hell, man? It just goes to show you the whole Tom Brady thing. How the heck old was Kareem when he retired?
I think he was about 40, 41 maybe.
I remember I was very young man when he retired. But he was 42 when he retired in 89. But it was like, it's a miracle he can even walk on the floor, Kareem. And then he had the retirement tour with the rocking chair, and somebody, I think, gave him a Harley and all that. Now it's the Tom Brady's and the LeBron Jameses of the world. Now I wonder if Steph will be like that.
I'm looking at Steph's draft class because I know LeBron's obviously the last one from his.
Mm-hmm.
From Steph's draft class, we still have James Harden.
Okay.
We still have our very own DeMar DeRozan.
Hey.
Let's see who else. Drew Holiday.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I got you.
James Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to be running pretty thin.
I think so.
I think that's about it.
Here's one for you.
Oh, John Brockman. Where is he now?
Since 1989. Ooh, this is a good one. Since 1989, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that have played after turning 42 years old.
Since what year?
1989.
Okay.
We already got one of them.
LeBron.
Well, we got 2 of them then because Kareem.
Okay. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter was 43.
89. I'm going to be close here. Robert Parrish.
Robert Parrish was 43 years, 254 days.
Kevin Willis.
That's the one I thought nobody'd get. Well done, dude. Other than Nat Hickey, who, yeah, on your neck, it's weird, don't you wear a turtleneck? His last game was in 1948. He played until he was 45 years, 363. He played till he was almost 46 years old. But that's the oldest. Kevin Willis in the modern era is the oldest. He retired at 44 years, 224 days. His last game was in 2007.
Wow.
Kevin Willis. You got Willis, you got Parrish, you got Carter, you got Kareem, you got LeBron. You're just missing 2. I'll give you 2 hints.
Well, wait.
Okay.
Let's see. 2 left. How about, did Garnett make it?
Garnett did not make it that late.
Haslam?
Udonis Haslam, 42 years, 363 days, retired June 7th, 2023.
Dirk?
Dirk did not make it. Dirk, I want to say, is down. Yeah, Dirk played until he was 40, almost 41.
Okay. I don't know.
I will get here's a hint.
I have 1 left.
He is recently no longer with us.
Oh.
And his last game was April 21st, 2009. He was 42 years, 300 days old. Passed away.
Mutombo?
Yeah, Dikembe Mutombo was, in the modern era at least, the 5th oldest player since 1989. So, I mean, it's going to get a lot more common, though, which I think is kind of cool. We'll take a break. When we return, who's hot? Who's not? We'll do a 3 in the key for 2 games. A very special episode of Let's Go Streaking. I'm watching baseball now. Yeah. And Brendon Nunes will join us at 9. We'll do it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
If you love golf but don't want to play the same 18 holes over and over, at Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, you get 27 holes of variety, so every round feels fresh. And with a Premier Club membership, you'll enjoy unlimited golf with a cart, unlimited range use, exclusive discounts, and 2 complimentary guest passes to share the experience. With pristine conditions, a scenic layout, and an award-winning reputation, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. Stop waiting. Become a Premier Club member today at timbercreekgc.com.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny. When I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
I love this time of year when the azaleas begin to bloom and the singing birds' sweet dawn chorus remind us that blue skies and sunshine are at hand. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. In sports, the definition for the word master is one who's achieved a high degree of skill, and that will be on display in the highly anticipated golf tournament. In the furniture business, a master is a highly skilled craftsman, an artist even, whose work is coveted by those who appreciate design, quality, and durability. John Keyes was the mastermind of Naturewood Home Furnishings. He knew that you wanted your home to reflect your personal style, whether that was a plain coffee table or a masterpiece for you to enjoy forever. That's why when you walk into Naturewood Home Furnishings, you'll find the largest and best selection of the highest quality home furnishings in Northern California. Masterful. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Aaron Judge of the Yankees.
Oh, all right. Okay.
He is the second Major League Baseball player to have 5 or more home runs and 15 or more RBIs over his first 6 games played in a season. That is since RBI became an official stat in 1920. Do you know who the other baseball player was?
Mickey Mantle?
Jason?
Oh. Please reread that.
Second Major League Baseball player to have 5 or more home runs and 15 or more RBIs over his first 6 games played in a season since the RBI became an official stat in 1920.
Okay, I have 2 more guesses after you.
Oh, just take as many as you want.
Hack Wilson.
Okay. I'm going to skip the obvious one because I think it's too obvious. Mark Whitten?
George Bell.
With a J or a G?
Mm-hmm.
Barry Bonds, that's the obvious one, but it's okay. Is it somebody we know?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Hall of Famer?
Mm-hmm.
Is it in the last 20 years?
Mm-mm.
Eddie Murray.
Albert Bell.
I'm just going to tell you guys, which I'm surprised it hasn't been a guess. George Herman Ruth.
Well, him?
Is that Babe's brother?
That's Babe.
Who the hell is George Ruth?
Baby Ruth, Sultan of SWAT.
Baby Ruthie.
Hey, you guys love that movie Draft Day. I know you do, right?
I do. Chris's favorite, but I like it a little less than him.
I think I know a lot of it, and I hate it with a passion.
Yeah, it was somebody reminded me of this yesterday because, like I said, I've seen it once. I saw it in the movie theater.
Yeah, so you need to watch it again.
Remember how part of the big story was that
Vontae Mack, no matter what.
They didn't, but they were going to draft the kid from Stand By Me.
What?
Vern. Jerry O'Connell.
You're thinking of Jerry
I'm
Maguire.
thinking of Jerry Maguire. Well, who was Bo? Wait, I'm mixing him up.
Bo was
Bo was Jerry Maguire.
But who played the number one pick? It was just some guy?
I think.
Okay. And then
it could be somebody.
Remember the whole thing was they found out nobody went to
his birthday party.
You remember who his agent was?
Hang on. His agent?
Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah.
Who?
It's problematic.
A little bit. Yeah, great movie.
Russell Brand?
Nope. Worse.
You haven't seen the news today.
I haven't seen the news. No, that is true. I haven't seen.
Oh, I can't wait for that report.
Let me be clear. I haven't seen the news today, even without the news. Not trying to stand in front of Russell Brand. Let's be clear on that one. Anyways, his agent was a guy who also did a song an agent might do too. It's called "It's All About the Benjamins."
Oh.
Yeah. Who played? It was an actor that played. What was it?
You might know him from something.
Draft Day.
Bo.
Cast.
Hang on. Can I get his last name?
It was Bo Jackson.
No.
I'm not looking.
Burnham.
I'm not looking at the.
Gallagher?
Oh, Deion Sanders was in that too. Wait, I'm not seeing any. Oh, Bo Callahan.
Callahan. Dang it.
Was played by Josh Pence. This guy. That was the number one pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know him then. Hunter's brother. That was a rabbit hole we didn't need to go down. Who's not?
Luka Doncic. He went 0 for 6 from 3 in the Lakers' loss to the Warriors.
But his dad got to take a picture next to Vlade.
That was fun.
That was neat.
Fun.
That was great. All right, 3 of the Kings Hornets tonight. Michael Jordan used to own the Charlotte Hornets, but then he sold the whole team. Then the new owners came in, and they've also sucked so far, just like our Kings. I tried to rhyme it.
Not bad.
I wanted to be timely and topical.
Not bad.
Do you know there was a clause in Michael Jordan's first deal with Nike if they did not sell $4 million in Air Jordans over 3 years, they could opt out of the deal. They sold that the first month.
They just made it.
They just made it.
They made it in the first month, but the next 23 months they didn't sell it.
Nothing. They were terrible.
Close.
You know what always grinds my gears sometimes? I saved up. I washed so many cars, dude. And I went to Big Five. And for $19.95.
Arden?
Yeah. I think that was the only one.
It's still there.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
$19.95. Might have been $24.95, but I think it was $19.95. I got the first pair, the red and black Jordans, and I wore the hell out of them. Why didn't I just do that and then have the discipline like my son would have probably to just save them unboxed? That's Avery's.
So you buy two.
Yeah.
You wear one, box the other one up.
The other, and don't pull
pristine.
And don't sell them until today.
Yes.
Minus tariffs.
Just when you need it.
Yes. All right. 3 of the Kings.
Then you'll break even.
Or be like me and get into the Nike employee store.
Is that right?
He got into the Nike employee store, the big one in Portland.
Yeah. You've been to that one, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I don't ever want to go back. I walked out of there with 2 carts full of stuff because everything's half off and there's no tax.
Yeah.
Still didn't stop me from charging $794 on my credit card that took me forever to pay back.
Wow.
Because this was before my kids were born. I had no money, but I was like, I'm saving so much.
You saved $700.
I saved probably $1,000. I still have, by the way, one of the pairs of Jordan slides I bought. It's a true story,
Nice.
dude. Those are so mangled right now, but they're my mangled.
They've lived.
They've been through the washing machine a couple of times. 3 of the Kings, Jason.
All right. Last time the Kings played Charlotte, Zach LaVine went off for 42 points. Zach LaVine's points tonight.
MC's right in the chat, by the way. Technically, it is Beaverton. He will actually lead us with the Nike store. Zach LaVine's total points tonight, 23. Michael Jordan.
I have him for 18.
26.
Okay. The last King to score. We have no idea where this game could go. Blowout Kings, blowout Hornets, close game. So who will be the last points scored by the Kings? Who will have it?
Give me Jonas Valanciunas.
Tune?
Yeah, the tune.
I'm going to say Isaac Jones.
Isaac Jones.
Chris.
Malik Monk.
Oh, God, I hope
Monk
not.
revenge game. Random stat, Dave.
You know what? Can I change my last points? Because I want to use this for the random stat. Give me Dougie McBuckets.
Dermot.
And give me a tune. Give me a Charlotte Tune 3.
Tune 3?
The Tune 3.
They call it a Charlotte's Web.
They were just talking about Charlotte's Web in the chat, weirdly enough.
Really?
Yeah, great book.
Okay. I'm going to go with Keegan has a double-double.
Keegan Murray.
Double-double.
Now, are you talking points, rebounds, assists?
Points and rebounds.
Turnovers don't count?
No.
What about steals?
I don't think you'll get 10.
But I would give it to you.
Okay.
If he gets
I'll
10 points
it.
and 10 steals, I'm just saying publicly, I'll give it to you.
Thank you. Chris?
Malik Monk will have 25 or more points tonight.
I got a really quick Chris story. I forgot to say this yesterday. So before we go to break, so Chris texted me something the other day. It was like a really nice, it was maybe the nicest text he's ever sent me. There's no punchline here. It was a really, dare I almost say, a sweet text from him.
Nice.
It was like my dad walked in front of me naked on the way to the shower. I was so uncomfortable. Like, it was a very innocent and sweet text, and no part of me liked it. Well, 10% of me liked it. 90% of me was like,
he's up to something.
That's exactly right. I thought he was walking me into a D's Nuts jokes or something. Like, I really, truly did. And I was like, when I replied, like, I was flinching the whole time. And then the rest of the day, I'm thinking in the back of my head, he's just waiting for it. Don't be friends with Chris. When we come back, what are we doing? Oh, Brendon Nunes time. Hey, we'll find out all about the Kings this weekend and what he thinks they should do the rest of the year. We'll do that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs.
Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibility.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Without further ado, let's get to it. Brendon Nunes, Stockton Sports Kings insider, joining us on video.
Yeah, that's right. Look at him.
What's going on? Good morning, Brendon.
Morning. I'm trying to up my game. Honestly, it took me long enough. I'm working on it, but we're here. Thanks for having me, fellas. How we doing?
Very, very interesting. You're up. You're ready to go. Good for you. We appreciate that. I'm going to start by asking you a question we went over earlier. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't say win the whole thing and win a championship and all that. That's, we're asking realistically, if you could personally control now until the end of the season for the Sacramento Kings, what would you want to happen? I love hitting Brendon with he's like right out of the gate.
I think the biggest thing that does it for me right now is like the younger players continuing to spread their wings, like Keegan Murray being really aggressive. And I think that you've seen that kind of mixed in recently, but I think there has been increased aggression under Doug. Like, I wish that Devin was out there more. Devin is one of those guys that I can find some hope in because they have a lot of team control there, obviously, and it's one of the few internal growth aspects. But outside of that, with some of the younger players, I'd say I guess winning the play-in, really, right? And getting to the postseason and hoping that that isn't an embarrassment when you get there, because there is also a part of me that worries that they're going to play OKC, lose in 4 or 5, but they're going to be up at halftime in 2 of those games, and that they're going to talk about that for the rest of next year, and it's we weren't actually that close. So a little bit of a double-edged sword there, but I feel like the internal growth from some of the younger guys and probably getting out of the play-in.
That's funny. So we have 3 different answers. Dave's like, rip the Band-Aid, just end it. I had I had a hybrid. I said, get the reward of the play-in, but probably lose a game and then lose one of the 2 and still keep the pick if you could kind of land somewhere in that sweet spot in the top 12. And
I would rather keep the pick. I guess I didn't consider that in my answer because I don't think that they will do that.
I think that's why Dave went to what you said.
I said, look, I don't want this team to have any semblance of confidence. And by team, I mean the higher ups. I don't want any part of them to be like, well, if we just if we massage around the edges and they showed some signs like, right. No, it sucks. But I'd rather them lose every game the rest of the year and us go into the offseason making real tough decisions that sometimes you have to do in order to come out on the other end, like dude in Shawshank,
100%. Yeah, like I said, I can already hear we were up at halftime in 2 of the games to the eventual championship Thunder. And it's like, but you won none of the games. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So, yes, I do have similar.
Okay, so just to be clear, then you want what I want. Then
If it was fully, taking because I took the realism as like they will not try to lose game. I would want to keep the pick. I don't think winning games matters at all anymore, to be honest. And that's just like broader. I get the players are not going to feel that way, obviously. But no, I think that you should keep your pick. I'm not one of the you'll have more assets if you just give it to Atlanta now. Sure, slightly, but you also, if you get your pick this year, that becomes tradable at the day of the draft as well. So I don't think there's a huge difference in assets either way. And I'd rather have that pick now, personally. And there's still a world, by the way, I feel like it doesn't get talked about, that could just never be a first round pick to Atlanta.
Yeah,
unfortunately, the Kings could also be top 10 next year, and then it's just 2 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, it's very possible. They've already dodged a couple of years here. So, Brendon, we are also talking this question. So, however this season ends, whether it's any of the things that we all just discussed, whether they miss, whether they make a plan, whatever it goes, the offseason, obviously, there'll be some big decisions. We said that Sam yesterday talked about Sabonis and DeRozan. We'll have some real conversations with that front office. As you kind of look at the way the team is constructed, what do you think should be their first things they approach and attack in this offseason?
Well, I think you got to first figure out who's making the decisions. I think the fact that we're hearing a lot of GM candidate names says a lot about probably the job security of Bonnie McNair, and I'm sure that will be assessed. And my guess is that they'll decide to go in a different direction. Obviously, you saw Wes Wilcox decide to take that University of Utah job. I think there was, I think as Sam had mentioned on your guys' show, there was some talk of potentially Wes moving into that spot. Now, obviously, with that change, you just got to see who's making the decision first. Do they get to pick their own head coach is another part of this. But outside of that, I would say that, I think one of Demar, if not both, one of Demar or Domas has probably moved on from this offseason. I'm very much thinking that they're going to triple down here. I don't think there's any sort of resetting, retooling like I personally would do. I do think you also kind of missed that timeline when you elected to not do that while you were trading De'Aaron Fox. But I think that they're going to try to rework the top of the roster. I think that we're going to hear the Kings continue to be linked with like a Kevin Durant, and throw in first round picks along with DeMar DeRozan or like a Trae Young or John Morant. I think that they are going to try and salvage this with reworking the top of their roster and one of those guys. And again, if it were me, I probably would be a fan of tearing it down and resetting, even though I understand why the fan base may not be the biggest fan of that. But I think that I'm expecting them to try to rework the top of this roster. And there's a world where you hit a home run, but I also think that you put yourself in a corner where you don't get to be patient and like make sure that we get the right guy. You kind of have to do it this offseason.
I continue. You mentioned we have not, I don't think, once brought this up on the show, partly because I'm worried about it, but I continually hear whispers that keep your eye on Trae Young in the offseason. Keep your eye on Trae Young, and the Kings get whispered into those whispers. Now, first glance at Trae Young, he signed for the next 2 years after this season wraps up at $46 million, and then he has a player option at $49 million. Strangely enough, that almost exactly, very closely lines up with the 47 and 49 that Zach LaVine is owed. I cannot imagine a world in which the Atlanta Hawks would trade Trae Young for Zach LaVine, but I also don't think LaVine and DeRozan, one of those two at the least, will be gone this year, this coming next year. That makes me think, buddy, that we might need to start flinching at the idea of a LaVine and something for Trae Young in the offseason and them getting a true point guard.
It's interesting. I typically tend to think that LaVine is like I definitely think he could be on the table. I'm curious what the league-wide value would be. Obviously, he's been on the market for a while, and the Kings are the one that kind of swooped in. And at the moment where his value was probably at his best, he'd been playing great this year, recovering from, I think he was dealing with a handful of injuries last year and obviously years prior. I think that you try to do it with Domas and or DeMar first, but to your point, like, why does Atlanta want to do this? Honestly, any of those deals. And that's the complicated aspect from Sacramento's point of view is most teams are not trying to trade win now players for win now players. It's typically, I'm trading my good guy now for let's just get younger here. And you're looking for that rare scenario, which is why I think the KD thing will have a lot of juice to it, because Phoenix is another team that is in that similar scenario. I don't know that DeMar DeRozan is necessarily valuable to that team, but it's this Minnesota pick, I think, that is going to be really the main prize that at least the Kings can dangle around in these conversations. And, hey, maybe we reach Keegan Murray, like Monty McNair. He's the Keegan Murray guy, right? That's his baby, essentially, his first pick. If it's a different front office, who's to say how they're going to feel about Keegan? And he has a decent amount of value around the league. So, yeah, definitely see your logic. I tend to think that Domas and Demar are the ones that you would look to move first. But, yeah, I think the Trae Young thing is definitely something that I've heard. I would say KD and Trae Young are probably the two I've heard the most, with John Moran after that.
By the way, Trae Young for Domantas Sabonis works straight up. Just out of curiosity, John Hollinger's analysis. I think this is wrong. The Atlanta Hawks would lose 16 wins in that trade.
Really?
Wow. I think we found it.
A loophole.
That can't be
That doesn't seem right.
Can I ask you guys a hypothetical that got pitched to me? This is actually a couple of years ago, but I think it's way more relevant now. Chris Biederman has been saying for a while. What do we think about Domas for Zion? How crazy is that?
Son of a.
Just a general idea. I'm not saying that I'm hearing this is happening.
I do it. I mean,
but I think it's interesting because it's a, lower floor, higher ceiling conversation.
100% higher ceiling.
So Zion Williamson's he makes 40, 42, and 45. That is not the issue. Is just Captain Obvious. I would do that in a heartbeat if you told me Zion Williamson had averaged 65 games over the next few years. I would do it in a heartbeat. Zion Williamson's ceiling is insane. And when he's on the floor, he's literally a top 10 player in the NBA when he's on the floor. Again, I'm going to go back to Rene Russo and Tin Cup. At this point, I say, screw it. You know what? I know what we have in Domas. I love Domas. Whatever. At least that'll be kind of exciting next year. And then then we roll out Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas, and just whatever. It'd be like watching a car crash. Let's just have fun.
I agree. I think it's an interesting conversation because, again, it's the ceiling conversation. They could not be more opposite players, right? And maybe New Orleans is tired of the unavailability and they want something consistent. And Domas really epitomizes that, obviously. And Kings in a different scenario. So just something that I thought was interesting when it was first presented.
Yeah. Can I ask you, Brendon, when you said this, you would work on DeRozan or Sabonis first over LaVine. Is that because of contract? Because of you think LaVine could be a guy you build around? Just kind of curious about why you would do that first.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's already questions that exist of how DeMar and Domas may feel about this team. And I think that there's part of me that thinks there's a decent chance that those guys may not want to be here this offseason. Definitely factors into that. And I don't know exactly where Zach's head may be at. Obviously, this year has not gone exactly how he would have thought. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination of that and what I imagine league-wide value would be. I think that Zach's contract is still a big question mark. And there's still you haven't really done it on a winning team, and so I think it's still a lot of questions there. And also that's the guy that I would probably want to, at this point, just keep him around. Like, I think there is a lot there, and the politics of this is the guy that you just traded your franchise point guard for. I just, in my mind, it's hard to see a world where Zach LaVine has moved on from. I think that it definitely will be explored, and it's not without or out of the realm of possibility. I just think it's unlikely because of that contract, the politics of he's the guy that you just traded your franchise guy for. And also he's really good when he is on. You just got to get the right complementary pieces around him. And I think that we've seen them try to build around Domas. You obviously could have done it a little bit better. DeMar's at the timeline where I don't think that's the one you're building around. So personally, I would probably pick Zach there.
You got me with this stupid trade machine open, Brendon. Thank you. and I don't like talking about trading Domantas Sabonis because I love him so much. Let me throw one more out at you just for fun, since you got me on New Orleans. The Sacramento Kings trade Domantas Sabonis the New Orleans Pelicans trade DeJounte Murray and Herb Jones. Who says no?
Not Keon. Didn't Keon go to college with Herb Jones? I think he's a big, big fan of Herb Jones.
Yeah. No, but which team says no?
Right. We said DeJounte and Herb Jones for Domas. I mean, probably New Orleans.
Yeah,
I guess
maybe.
DeJounte's value is weird, though.
It is.
Like, I don't know how to feel about DeJounte Murray, to be honest. But the Kings need a point guard. Obviously, it's funny how we reached that scenario. Obviously, of talking about how, oh my God, they have nothing but guards, and then next thing you know, it's where's the point guard on this?
And
team?
you had 2 top 10 point guards in the league 10 minutes ago,
right? And to be fair, I don't think that DeJounte is necessarily like he's a little bit more of a combo guard in my mind, rather than just like the straight. They need an orchestrator out there, right? The Lonzo equivalent, with him obviously being a dramatic example, but I think it's New Orleans that says no. But the Kings have a lot of picks. Like I will say, in that Fox trade, they did manage to get a lot of picks, and their own firsts probably have a lot of value. When the Lauri Markkanen trade conversations were going on and they were like competing with Golden State specifically was one of them. A lot of the talk at that time was, well, the Golden State picks are more valuable. Like those are viewed as who knows what's going to happen with Golden State. I think that has probably shifted based on how this year has gone. I would imagine those Kings future firsts are even more valuable now.
That's Kings Insider. Brendon Nunes joins us each and every Friday to wrap up the week. Brendon, appreciate you, brother. Enjoy the games this weekend.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, take care. That is Brendon Nunes, and we'll take a break. When we come back, the Final Four returns tomorrow. Let's go streaking as well. Do we still have another 3 in the key to do? Oh, boy, big segment next, followed by celebrity birthdays, then Friday Fun and Games right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Bow, wow, wow, yippee-o, yippee-yay. That was, says noted hip-hop aficionado Carmichael Dave. That was the best era of hip-hop. The Dre, the early
2000s.
Yeah, I'd say that. Give me the decade of the 90s. Put it up against any other decade.
It's pretty good.
You got the Dre albums. You've got Snoop, 50 Cent. You got what was the other one I want? Oh, Jay-Z pops on the scene. Eminem. Like, come on, man.
I like it when you call me Big Pop.
That's right.
Master P.
And it's weird now. It's like the whole
Cash Money Millionaires.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm just saying, it's like how you talk about watching the Cosby Show now. Like, that was a big part of my childhood. Like the No Way Out album by Puff Daddy was like that was blaring. It was what was it? It was the Biggie double album, Life or Death, and then No Way Out. It always starts with the Rocky Bell and I think Busta Rhymes on Victory. Yeah, 1, 2. Oh yeah, and Biggie. That's right.
Can't hear my headphones.
Right. Like, we played that whole thing out. And look, all the Diddy stuff aside, he was never a good rapper, in my opinion. Good producer, talented, never enjoyed his rapping, and always seemed to make weird rhymes that didn't make any sense whatsoever. 7 zeros down in Rio de Janeiro. What? I mean, I get it. Just say, what are we doing here? But, man, I played the hell out of it. Yeah, give me the 90s, says noted.
You want to go back to the 90s?
Go right back to the 90s. Let's go back a couple segments. We didn't have time to do it. You know what? I don't want to segue to Let's Go Streaking. Let's go. Let's do the other one. Let's do Three of the Key. Three of the Key. Yada-da-da. Kings play 2 games this weekend. I hope that they don't win either one. But then again, I kind of do, because I'm also a silly Kings fan. I mean, I'm
First
split.
one was better.
I
You don't want to do one with Cleveland in it?
Cleveland rocks.
Okay.
They told me that.
In the 3 in the Key versus Charlotte, we picked the last King to score. So, Dave, in this one, we're going to go with the first King to score against the Cavaliers on Sunday.
Oh, give me DeMar DeRozan.
Well, I'm taking DeMar DeRozan.
That's right.
Chris?
I'm taking Keegan Murray.
All right.
Funny,
I think we did this the last time they played the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know we did, actually. Total dunks. Dave, you know the number.
Yeah, I'm going with 9.
All right. I'm going with 11.
Wow.
13.
Our guy Camp in the chat says, the Kings Rewind is great. It really is his favorite segment of the show. Hey, but can we get a Kings Prewind? How we think the game's going to go.
I see pain.
Yep, that's my prediction. Pain. Although undefeated against the Cavs this year.
And the Hornets. Maybe it's a sweep of a weekend.
It probably is.
A weekend.
It's a sweep end. Yeah, exactly.
Random stat for the game versus Cleveland.
The Cavaliers will lead wire to wire.
Wire to wire Cavs.
Hope I'm wrong.
I hope you are too. Because everyone does. Sabonis triple-double.
Sabonis gets a triple-double?
Sabonis triple-double.
Wow, against that front line.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's like a 2-pointer if you get it.
All right.
The Tune will have his second 3-pointer for the Kings.
I hate you. I don't like it when we don't pick it and then Chris picks it, because I don't want to pick it every time. Because
I've been right every single time.
But you will be. I will tell you this. You're going to be right before we are. That's just how it'll work out. Yes, everybody, Too Short, obviously Tupac, public. Now everyone's like, I forgot this guy.
I would say Too Short was like started in the 80s, right?
I think, what was the album? It was Blue on the front. That was the album I grew up on with Too Short, with cuss words and his Life Is Too Short. God, I played that one out too. But for me, it's the DOC. No one can do it better. That's the one. I wore that tape out, Jason Ross. I remember that. I remember how it all began. I used to sing dirty raps to my East Side fans back then.
Life Is Too Short was his 5th studio album.
Can I guess? Hold on. 88.
In 1988 via Dangerous Music.
Let's go! It was 88 or 89. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Good effort.
Thank you very much. All right, now, in honor of Too Short, let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking. All right, we have got a hefty, hearty streak going with Carmichael Dave. Going back to last season, beginning this season, he is at 9 consecutive days with a hit. You picked Nick Castellanos. He got up 4 times yesterday, and he got 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck.
Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over.
The streak is over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
So Dave is at 0.
It was well lasted.
I was at 1.
Yeah.
I took Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds.
Ellie De La Cruz.
We had just talked about how they lost every game 1-0.
Cincinnati Reds lose.
He got up 4 times. He was much like Nick Castellanos. 0 hits.
But
over 4.
Like, yeah, I guess
I thought he was
over.
playing it's over, but I had 1 game.
Yeah, your streak's over too, pal.
Yeah, you don't have a streak.
You
Okay.
gotta have 2. Okay.
Chris was at 1, but he picked show favorite, who was off the day before. Jackson Holiday. He told us he was batting 7th and playing short. He got up 4 times. Let's hear how it played out. He went 0 for 4. No. 1 hit out of 4 attempts. So Chris is at 2. Dave, you and I are at 0. Updating our season averages. Dave, you're batting 250, 3 homers, 6 RBI. I'm at 188 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs.
Yikes.
Chris is leading the show, 333, a homer, and 3 RBI.
Okay.
So, Dave, you and I have a clean slate. Chris has a 2-game hitting streak. Who you picking today?
Well, you know,
so jealous.
Since it's
take whoever you want.
I can pick whoever I want.
Yeah.
You said Jackson Holiday was a show fave.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Shohei Ohtani.
The guy playing for the Brewers?
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani. I'm going to take Kyle Schwarber. He is either going to homer or go over.
And there's
10.
nothing in between.
Yeah.
I'm
Famous leadoff hitter.
Famous leadoff hitter.
I'm going to take Aaron Judge.
Yes. In Pittsburgh? It's out of that bandbox in New York.
Bandbox. What is a band? Why do they call it a bandbox? Is that like a box of what is a band?
Chris, you can't be mad if he doesn't get a hit. Be nice to Aaron Judge.
I can be mad.
It was originally used for carrying hat bands and later for hats or other small articles of clothing. So I guess
small box?
It's a small box. So that's where the term came from.
He's hitting in a small box.
Right, because it's not a big, expansive box.
It's a small box.
It's a small box.
Little tiny box.
Little tiny box.
Yeah.
There's
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's a band box. All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Final 4 returns tomorrow. Shout out to the selection committee.
They did a good job.
They nailed it.
4 number ones.
4 number ones.
Yeah.
Good for them.
UCLA. Oh, wait, no.
You had another question here. Would you call this a good tournament?
I've heard some people like it's been boring.
I think this tournament right now is a solid C with the potential to turn into a solid A if we get some fun and hijinks.
Yeah, I think if we've had a buzzer beater, that was good. But if we had a little more upsets and still had the 4-1s, that's a good tournament. But it wasn't that way.
We're going to let you know what to watch coming up next, along with celebrity birthdays. Get ready to play at home, play with your friends if you will.
Pete.
You and I will be hosting a company version of celebrity birthdays, I think, next week at our meeting, our show meeting. Or did you hear about this yet?
No.
Okay, I'll fill you in during the break next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-859-6688. 800-859-6688. 800-859-6688.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. Today there will be sunshine on the mountains with a high near 43. Tonight, clear skies with a low around 26. And tomorrow, the sun will keep shining with a high near 47. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, I'm Frank Ockrell with Retirement Security Centers with the Weekly Economic Update. The tumultuous first quarter ended with stocks trending downward. Any post-election stock market elation seemed to wane as tariffs took center stage. President Trump imposed tariffs on aluminum, steel, automobiles, and items imported from China. Next up are reciprocal tariffs on all countries that we have a trade imbalance with. Stock markets reacted poorly to tariffs with the technology-heavy NASDAQ Composite Index down 10.42%. The S&P 500 also entered correction territory this quarter. Some stock sectors still performed well, such as energy and consumer staples. Goldman Sachs has downgraded the S&P 500 earnings growth from 7% to 3% this year. Slower growth along with policy and trade uncertainty could lead to more volatility for investors. The same uncertainty may have led the Federal Reserve to continue their rate reduction pause while they ascertain how a potential escalating trade war could affect prices for U.S. consumers. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth. Member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Fest and State Barbecue Championship is on Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. There will be something for everyone. Craft beers from over 50 breweries, live music, outrageous food, games, plus taste barbecue from world-class barbecue teams. For tickets and more information, go to grapefestival.com. Must be 21 years of age or older to attend. The Lodi Beer Fest, where great brews meet legendary cues. Saturday, April 26th in Lodi.
I remember how it all began. I used to sing dirty raps to my East Side fans back then. I knew you couldn't stop this rap. No MC could rock like that. Then the new style came, the bass got deeper. Gave up the mic and bought you a beeper. Do I want to rap? Or, no, I'm not going to say that on the air. Sell things that are illegal. There's a guy out there that was like, dude, I tuned in to listen to Dave rap, and it never happens. And it was like touching the face of God.
Yeah. Fulfilled a dream.
You're welcome, everybody.
I will say that you have rapped with Flava Flav.
I have rapped with Flava Flav. I have rapped. Were you there that night?
I was.
Oh my God, that
what is happening?
Still, arguably, maybe the coolest moment of my entire life. Rapping with Flava Flav, and I did the bass. How low can you go? Death Row, what a brother know. And he, even though he was delayed,
completely
on the phone,
spur of the moment,
totally spur of the moment, and he was hype, man. He was doing the Flava Flav thing on the phone. God, where is that audio, man? It was so terribly awesome. And then it was like, I think that was like the first year of the night show. And it's like, what else is there? What do we do?
The peak? You should have mic'd
that
off.
It was all. I should have just walked. I should have hung up the headphones at that point. Yeah, I rap with Flava Flav. I think that's in one of the. That's been in one of the two truths or a lie, or two lies and a truth.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because I don't think
you have that ready for today.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
No.
Okay. Then I don't have it ready for today. Birthdays are, in fact, meant to be spent with family and friends. And listen. Oh, by the way, hey, we're doing a celebrity birthday thing for the cluster get together next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll come up with it. I'll be ready.
I love that I'm the one that was asked if we can do it, and I do absolutely nothing for celebrity birthday. You should have been.
Yeah, I was not told or asked. You told me about it.
I think you're owed an apology.
I think he already left the building when Dave was asked.
I think I'm going to make it up.
Just like
fake birthdays.
Fake birthdays all around.
Yeah.
I think you should throw in some historical birthdays. On this day, George Washington would have been. Yeah. All right, Jason Ross, back to you.
Okay, back to you.
Back to you.
It's brought to you by Crumble Cookies, right?
Yeah, it is, in fact, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, listen, Crumble Cookies, they're so good. Crumble Cookies, oh, my God, that's a good cookie.
All right, happy birthday today to Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ.
Yes.
Bowfinger.
Saved by zero, or less than zero.
Home for the holidays. Kids, Kids, Bang, Bang with Val Kilmer.
Back to school.
Less than zero.
Due date.
Well, you said that? Sorry. Hey, Iron Man.
There you go.
He was?
Yeah, he was
Who
Iron
did he
Man.
play?
He was the girl. Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ.
Did I ever tell you the time he bummed a smoke off of me? This is a true story.
No.
I was walking down the streets of Los Angeles with a couple friends. This was in the 90s. RDJ was not doing well at the time. And it was Robert Downey Jr. We were just outside the Viper Room, walking, not doing anything cool. Robert Downey Jr. We were just walking. We weren't at the Viper Room hanging out or anything.
River Phoenix just walked.
Right. This was actually post River Phoenix, as a matter of fact. It was Robert Downey Jr., Yasmin Bleeth. Who's the guy?
Boy Meets World?
Who was the new Johnny Depp on 21 Jump Street? It was the guy that came. Jason.
Channing Tatum?
No, it was no, not the new.
Oh.
No, on the original 21 Jump Street, there was a Richard Grieco. Richard Grieco.
Richard Grieco.
And I'm
So Richard Grieco, Yasmin Bleeth, and Robert Downey Jr. are walking down the street.
We're almost directly
10 times a week.
almost directly in front of the Viper Room. I'm smoking, walking with a couple of my buddies, who were named, by the way, Boris and Sasha. These are true stories. Couldn't make it up.
This is a lie.
And we pass them, and I notice they don't. And I go, guys, and I go to turn around, and and Richard Grieco and Yasmin Bleeth are kind of still walking, and I'm face to face with Robert Downey Jr. And I didn't say a word. And he goes, "Hey man, you got an extra one?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
Is Roger Dangerfield as funny in person?
Gave him a smoke, and he said, "You got a lighter?" And normally I would be like, "You want me to smoke it for you too?" But I was like, "Yup." And then I did the light the cigarette thing, and I'm sure my hand was shaking a tiny bit. He goes, "Thanks, bro," and he gave me one of those like backhanded high fives into the chest, like "Thanks, dude," or "Thanks, bro," or something like that. Walked away. That's it. That's all.
Never washed your chest again.
Still haven't, buddy. That's that smell. Robert Downey Jr. is 64.
Whoa.
Yeah.
57.
Chris is slightly closer.
Is
Happy
he?
60th.
Wow.
Happy birthday to David Blaine. So, true story. I was walking.
He made my foot disappear.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. David Blaine scares me.
Yeah, I kind of am with you. He's intriguing as can be, but I don't know what's going on.
The two scariest people that are not trying to be scary probably in the world to me are David Blaine and that one pastor guy with the crazy eyes. He's old.
Gonna have to be a little more specific.
He was like on Inside Edition and did this crazy interview, and he was like, "Don't ask me the question." And he straight up looked like demonic. He really freaks me out. I don't know his name though, but he was trying to justify why he had like 2 planes. David Blaine is 55.
49.
He's probably really older.
We tied 52.
Oh, okay, good.
Happy birthday to Natasha Leone.
Poker Face.
Yes.
American Pie.
American Pie.
American Pie 2.
Yeah, American Pie 3.
American Wedding.
48.
40. Ooh, that is a good one. 50.
I have no idea.
Dave is closer, 46.
I love Natasha Leon.
She's the one that talks like this.
Yeah.
Oh, she is?
There's one more thing.
I thought it was Miley Cyrus.
That's a little bit like this. Happy birthday to someone that was mentioned on the show earlier today. Do you remember who that was? I said would come up later.
Too short.
Wasn't it a basketball player? No, it was
a coach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Craig T. Nelson.
Yes. Happy birthday to Craig T.
From Devil's
Nelson.
Advocate.
Okay, first thing I want to
From
say.
the proposal from Poltergeist.
First thing I want to say.
I was on food stamps and no one helped me.
I hate to admit this. I don't know who I'm mixing him up with. I thought old CTN wasn't with us anymore. I am overjoyed that we're doing a celebrity birthday with Craig T. Nelson. Gregory T. is 78.
He is 75.
Dave is closer, 81.
Wow.
Okay, this one was a show reference earlier in the week. The only reason I'm bringing him up, I'll probably have to explain who it is. Happy birthday to Robbie Wrist. No clue? It's okay.
That's an adult
Wasn't that
film.
your nickname in high school?
That's an adult film star.
He's also Oliver from Brady Bunch.
No way.
Yes. I was looking at it like, wait, who's this?
That's great.
So how is he now?
I could probably do some math. 61.
63.
We have a correct answer.
No way.
It's Carmichael Dave. That was really good.
How am I supposed to go up against a Brady Bunch stand?
That's right.
Dave just did math.
I
He
did
got
math.
it right.
Second time today I did math. I did the
You
thing
okay?
with the A's wins.
Yeah.
You know what it was, man? I went for a catch and I dove and I cracked my shoulder and now I have superpowers.
I thought it was the smart water.
It was the smart water.
Clive Davis, music producer.
Yeah. Oh, Clive is up there. Oh, it's 84.
81.
Davis closer, 93.
Whoa.
And we'll end with Jack Del Rio. Jack of the River.
Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio Grand Slam Breakfast at Denny's. Sourdough Jack Del. Okay, sorry. Jack Del Rio is 72.
63.
I don't know. How old is he?
Your math is bad.
Is it?
Chris is closer, 62.
Is he that young? I mean, I'm just saying.
He's not old.
Isn't he the one that used to do the Surge games?
No, that's Jack Youngblood.
Oh.
Jack Del Rio just goes the right.
Oh, that's right. I got it now. Sorry.
I think he went, or might have been there at the same time or close to the same time as Mike Lamb.
No, you know what? You're 100% right. And Jack Del Rio or Jack Youngblood is 75. I'm sorry. I mixed up my.
So you're right.
Yeah, I am actually correct. I'll take the W. Okay. That is celebrity birthdays. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Alan Style joins us. That's right, just one Style, not Styles. Celebrity birthdays just happened. Friday Fun and Games is next. Bring in the bullpen.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, other insurers, not available in all states and situations.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today. Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Uh-oh. Wow, that's quick. Uh-oh. Hope you enjoyed Friday Fun and Games, everyone.
It's one of the best ones ever.
Our Friday Fun and Games consists of a false ending to the program. Chris is going to fade out and fade up. Oh.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey,
sorry, Kyle Jetsetter must have changed something.
Shout out to our boss, Jose, who just texted me, what time are you going to be on Sirius XM today? To which my first thought was, I'm going to be on Sirius XM today. And then I just remembered, hey, I'm going to be on Sirius XM today with some guy and Eddie Johnson. I don't remember the other guy's name.
I do.
I feel like I should know it. They reached out yesterday.
Brendon
Tierney?
It's close to that.
Brendon Tuffle? I don't know. Like Tim's brother? Anyways, the answer, Jose, I hope you're listening, is I think sometime late in the 3 o'clock hour. But I always ask him, I say, hey, could you give me like a 10-minute warning text? Because I don't ever know. I should have put it in my calendar. And I don't know what the heck we're talking about. I assume we're talking about the Kings. I don't know. Anyways.
Could be Ace.
Yeah, I guess. But why would Eddie Johnson? I mean, unless they do more than basketball. I'm assuming it's a basketball show.
That would be fun.
Tune in sometime.
Could be Stockton Kings.
Could be. Oh, then I'm the guy to talk to. 47 points for Mason Jones last night. The Stockton Kings are the West Conference Finals. Really, for real, though. Shout out to them. MC's mad because, oh, there you go. You said hit the camera switch. Looks like you did. It's Friday Fun and Games, Jason Ross.
Yes, it is.
You're
ready?
looking up that guy, right?
I am. So now I'm obsessed with.
Well, Eddie Johnson and Tim Donaghy.
No.
Tiny Tim Donaghy, Tim.
The Toolman Taylor.
Timothy Dalton, former James Bond.
Best James Bond.
Wrong. Timber Creek Golf Course. Right now, great place to play. Weather's improved. Get on out there today. Timber Creek.
Tim Burton. That would be a fun conversation.
Tim Charu.
Yeah, I can't find it.
All right.
All right.
We were vamping for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we'll have Alan jump in here in a minute.
Hopefully.
He's preoccupied.
Yeah, we need to talk to Alan about that.
All right. This is the game. The only way I know how to explain the game is the Zachariah game. You know what that means?
Okay. Hold on. That's where you say
bid.
we can bid on how many. And Zachariah would always bid, and he'd get like 4 in the first 5 seconds and then choke.
I was like,
he would always get bullied to do more.
Always.
Everybody would bid up higher, and then he would take it on. And then it was like, he's going to get 13 of these types of grasses, and then he'd get 7, and then.
I think a couple times too, like Chris would bid 5, I'd bid 6, and then we'd bully Zachariah and be like, all right, 15.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I guess we have you, Dave. We have Chris. We have Kyle. Good. We have all 3 of you guys. And if Alan comes in.
Whatever.
All right, Dave, we're going to start with this category. Remember, in 15 seconds, how many names or brands of cereal can you name?
Names or brands of cereal.
So you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I can name in 15 seconds. Yeah. I can name 5.
Okay, Chris.
6.
Kyle.
7.
8.
Pass.
9.
10.
Go for it.
Okay.
10. Go. Start the clock now.
Rice Krispies, Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios, General Mills, Kellogg's, Cocoa Crisps, Captain Crunch Berries, the Flintstones one, Total, Cracklin' O'Brand. How many is that? Son of a
10. No, you get 10.
Oh, I did. Yes. Cracklin'
Did you count the Flintstones one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles.
We counting General Mills.
Well,
he said brands or cereals. That's what I thought you meant.
You got it. I'm going to give it to you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Love you, Mom.
All right, Chris, you get to go next. In 15 seconds, sports movies.
6.
Immediate pass.
Wow. You got it. You got to elevate Chris's number there.
7. I can do 7.
I can do 8.
The thing is I think Chris's number is 11.
Okay.
But I think he's going to pass.
Well, then you got to get to 9. He's at 8 right now. Is that your bid, Chris?
I can. You know what? I can do 9 and 15. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Yes, I can absolutely do 9. I think Chris's cutoff is 11. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I will tell you right now, I will not outbid you on this if you bid again. If you go 10, I
could do 9.5.
No, it's 10. 10 it's yours. 9 is Dave's.
I'll go for 10.
Okay. Before you start the clock, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do sequels count?
No.
Okay.
What?
Good. Thank you. Go ahead, 10. Right here.
All right. Start the clock now.
Caddyshack, Major League, 6 Man, Green Mile, Sandlot, Kid in King Arthur's Court, Rookie of the Year, the other Rookie of the Year. No, that's just the rookie. Draft Day, Rocky, Creed.
Okay, wait, we got to go back to 1.
What sport was in Green Mile?
What?
What sport was in Green
Mile?
Oh,
the Big Green.
I think you got to 10 because you did 11, but Green Mile.
What was that? So was that? Is that a sports
John
movie?
Coffey.
It was about the mouse rolling the thread. Oh my God, that threw me.
Mr. Bojangles. Oh wow.
Gotta wet the sponge. Sorry,
that got dark.
You said Green Mile.
The Green Mile.
It's not a
John
sports
Coffey.
movie.
Okay, Kyle.
Yeah.
You there?
Barely.
Okay. This one will be interesting. Current baseball managers.
Oh, I can do 6.
Pass.
Okay, start the clock. Go.
Okay, Derek Shelton, Bruce Bochy, Bob Melvin, Torey Lovello, God.
Nope, he's not one.
Brian Snitker, Ron Washington.
Did it. Well done. Who was the first one?
The first
Blake
and the
Shelton.
Oh, Derek Shelton. He's the Pirates manager.
Gotcha.
Of course
Wow, no Mark Kotze, Sacramento's own.
I also
Dave
forgot
Roberts.
the Padres manager. It's my team. I forgot their manager.
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts, too.
Yeah. The guy for the Yankees.
Who is it?
It's Torey Lovello.
You know who it is. Who's managing the Yankees these days, Dave?
It's the one who hit the home run.
Yeah.
When he was a player.
What's his name?
Something.
I played high school basketball against him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Craig
Fun
Nettles.
fact. Nope.
Oh, I think he's Italian. It's an Italian name. It's Hey, Alan Styles. Aaron Boone.
We got one left. Can Alan do it?
Can Alan do it? Can Alan get his headphones out, plug them in? You can tell him what it is, though, while he's headphoning, though.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys which category that I've written down would you rather have. Members of the Beam team that are no longer on the Kings, stores you could find at the mall, or teams eliminated in this year's NCAA tournament already.
Stores you can find at the mall would be my choice. But
okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
How many can you name in 15 seconds?
I can name 6.
Okay, Alan, welcome to the show. Can you name more than 6? Want a higher bid than that?
6 what?
Stores you could find in the mall in 15 seconds.
I could do 7.
Okay, Chris?
Pass.
Dave?
Alan's
in. Sits in 15 seconds. 7 stores. Go.
Cinnabon, Macy's, JCPenney's, Zales, Healdsburg, Panda Express, and oh my gosh, Burger King.
Yeah.
No, Burger King.
I know we're out of time, but we're getting into Alan's time. That's fine. Can I just ask the judges something? It is technically it's JCPenney.
Oh yeah,
it's not JCPenney's.
We reviewed it.
It's good. Okay, good. All right, Alan.
Wait, are there any JC Penney's around?
Yeah, I was in one the other day. Alan, what's coming up? We're out of time. All right, Alan Styles next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another 3-pointer.